R&B Money. We up. Tank. J Valentine. We are the authorities on all things R&B.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tank.
And I'm J Valentine.
Man, this is the R&B Money Podcast.
Yes, it is.
The authority on all things R&B.
This is.
There are records, and then there are hits.
Yeah.
There are placements, and then there are singles.
Come on, speak on it.
There are producers, and then there are super producers.
Yeah.
These are the latter. Cool and Dre in the building, y'all. Yeah.
Yes, sir. We here.
Y'all missed us harmonize.
Oh, that's for the behind the scene action.
Nah, they might have to catch a live preview. We get into it.
Listen, he
Drake came ready to sing.
Now Dre said, yo, cool, I ain't gonna lie to you. We gotta do a little harmony with Tank and
It's
Jay.
on my bucket list.
Listen, his whole aura right now is R&B.
Just give me my note, man. Just give me my note.
Just give me my
What's
note.
the song we gonna sing and when we gonna get killed? Like, come on now.
Yeah.
Bro, first of all, man, you know, y'all brothers is, man, absolutely amazing, bro.
Appreciate you, my
You know, this
brother.
is coming
Appreciate you.
from, you know, a musician, singer, songwriter, a artist since he was 9, hanging out with Michael Jackson. Like, we are people who know and understand what in the fuck you guys are.
Yeah.
And it is awesome to have you brothers here, man.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Like we family, but we value your time, man, and we value your gift, man. So this is important that
very
y'all
expensive.
pulled up, man.
Nice.
Very expensive for y'all to be here.
Appreciate y'all reaching out.
Very expensive.
You know, they got buildings and acres.
They got so many buildings and acres.
17 miles of ocean.
Listen, people pull up to the destination and, you know, they want to meet and greet too. Do you think you could come and take some photos with me?
Yes, sir. We here.
Bro, I mean, the longevity of it too is a thing, right? So I think maybe we just start at the very beginning because it's like to become Cool and Dre, right? Where does that start? Does that process start with you doing something over here and going crazy, and you doing something over here and going crazy, and then like, man, you going crazy over there? I'm going crazy. What do you think about? Like, how does that even happen?
No, that's a good question. I mean, I think it started first, you know, Cool and I, we met in high school and we met in choir. So,
So this singing thing is different. It's real.
Yeah.
Oh, nah,
Hold on. You can't even, it wasn't choir. Let's not disrespect the class
Nah,
we was
for
in.
sure.
Okay.
This was vocal ensemble.
So we,
Vocal ensemble is different than choir.
so we were in vocal ensemble, performance choir, and choir. Like, you know, like in my senior year, I had 5 music classes. Like, you know what I'm saying, going crazy with it. And we met in chorus, and our teacher, Miss A, she left an impression on us, like a serious imprint on us, because a lot of the things we learned in class, we took that with us, like, you know, along the way, you know, from producing vocalists and whatnot, everything that she taught us about breath control and sing from the diaphragm and your head voice, your falsetto, all that shit, reading music, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of when, you know, we started an R&B group, that's how we started making beats. We were in an R&B group. We couldn't find any producers that would do anything for us, and we couldn't afford it. So me and Cool, we just put some money together, and one of the guys from the group had started like a t-shirt company with one of our homeboys, and we was just like, man, these niggas starting their own shit. They not even inviting us.
They ain't even asked us to be part of your little company.
They got a little t-shirt company. Yo, fucking me and you, let's produce, man. Let's teach you how to produce. So you know, that's how it started. You know what I'm saying? And
I like the part where you said y'all was an R&B group.
Yeah. We made a name for
people know
ourselves.
that?
Yeah, nah, people don't. And then when they find out, shout out 7th Street, she might not remember this, but she tried to test my R&B. She tried to test the claw. Nah, she
What
ain't
was the
fare
name of the
well.
group?
Basic Unity.
Basic Unit. It was a 4-man group.
It was a 4-man group.
There's 5,000 promo shots of us wearing Carcanine jackets. Somewhere in Miami. Somebody's wall or somebody's.
Y'all just passing them joints out.
Yeah.
Man, look,
we had a little team,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying? And we were performing at all the high schools. And like, we made a name for ourselves locally. At the same time, we're DJs too. So, you know, we're doing all the pirate stations. That's where we met Khaled back in '96. You know what I'm saying? So we were making us a name for ourselves as DJs too. You know what I'm saying? So we just made a conscious decision to take music serious. And part of that was us becoming producers. And you know, I think with me and Cool, we've been so tight for so long. We know each other so well. I know when he's in a zone, just let him cook. You know what I'm saying? And if I hear something he's doing, I get an idea, I'll tell him. And he'll be like, well, come fuck with it. Or like I Hate It or Love It, like, you know.
We're going right into the hits.
Yeah, no, I'm just telling you.
I don't think you have a choice.
Please
I don't
do
think-
your
he's
thing.
just-
Yeah, right.
It's just so many, you know.
So
just-
like I Hate It or Love It.
So,
Yeah, the
like,
underdog's on top.
With that, you know, Cool would leave whatever he was working on the MPC, he would leave it up. And we were in his mom's garage.
Shout out to the old girl, man, letting us cook freely.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
she let us
saying?
live. You know what I'm saying? So one day I pull up, he's not there, and I go to our studio and I just press play on the MPC, and it's the Hate It or Love It beat. But I heard the sample flip a little different than how Cool had it, because I was just listening to the Black album had just dropped, and that Encore record was just like so special. Just the way that John Legend was singing it, flowing on that, the way that it was just, you know, I listened to it for like an hour outside his mom's crib. So I had that in my brain. So when I pressed play, I was hearing that the way that I was listening to Encore, so I just chopped it up a little bit, and then he came back, he was like, oh yeah, that's dope. And he put the hi-hat sample on it. So sometimes it just happens that way. Sometimes Cool cook the whole shit, and I'll just come in and lay a reference, like I'll sing a chorus, sing a hook or whatnot, when we send the record out or when we're working with artists. So you know what I'm saying?
And then some things are magic.
Like
You know what I'm saying? Some things are magic as well. Like when Dre started vibing out, I walked in and I was like, you know, there was this thing I used to like to do. We always had the turntable set up. And we just had a wall of records with samples and shit. And I used to always like to put the turntables on so we can hear them live. And while the beat is going, I would drop the needle somewhere. Right? Just randomly drop the needle. And then when the sample would come in, it would come in on such a different timing that you don't even recognize it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Be like, oh,
That
you heard
works.
that? And then
You hear that?
and then I
Yeah.
bring it back, but it's completely, you never recognize that it's there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this particular time I dropped it and that the signature hi-hat came on. I said, yo, sample this. And we put the hi-hat in there, which ended up being a signature portion of
on the
that
Hate
beat.
It or Love It, that hi-hat loop.
Which
Man,
give it that
I
groove.
Hope,
You know
I
what I'm
hope
saying?
these kids are listening.
Man,
This is what you're doing right now is a masterclass.
Yeah.
Because people aren't thinking like that when they're sampling records.
Nah, when you sampling, you know, you going through this. This is like drop the needle where it drops. Sometimes you get magic, sometimes you don't. But I used to be like, drop. And then there'll be a segment of
While you have the
vocal.
MP playing.
A vocal will come
A vocal,
on.
yeah.
Oh, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not like we're searching. You just drop
No, you
that
just
mic.
letting it live.
We call it the randomizer. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what happens. But I used to love doing that because we'll have beats playing, and then you're always gonna get something different.
Yeah.
When you drop it. Sometimes you ain't getting that, but you know how you're searching for a certain song.
It's a different kind of inspiration when it's
Exactly.
out of that random magical
It's
space.
coming in a different.
It's not calculated. Yeah.
And when it comes in on key, it's
really crazy.
really like, oh,
Yeah.
It's meant.
doop,
Yeah.
slide it in there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or we would use it as inspiration for like a hook. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then Joy would be like, yo, let me pop a hook on there. And at that point, it inspired to create an original element. You know what I mean? So
So take us from basic unity
yeah.
to having to do your own beats. Now you're DJs, making a name for yourselves as DJs. You killing all the parties. How do you get to a point to where anybody in that professional space recognizes that y'all got some shit going on and they need to be a part of it?
I think our first sign was when we were still in the group, when we went to Atlanta to try to get in front of L.A. Reid. At that time, LaFace Records was, you know, the dream.
It was it,
If
yeah,
you're an artist, musician, producer, LaFace Records that's the destination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't care what you doing, singing, rapping, whatever. They had Goody Mob, Outkast, Tony Braxton, Usher. You know what I'm saying? They had
TLC.
As Yet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Outkast.
saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they had Babyface over there.
Let's
You know what I'm
start
saying?
there.
Writing them fucking songs, right?
And Babyface office was on one end of the building, and
Atlanta,
LA
Face
was on the
on the other.
opposite
On the
side.
opposite side.
Yeah. So I found out, like, you know, somebody in my family worked at Face, and she had like a big position. So we just went up there on faith, man. We went to Atlanta and just started hustling, and finally got in contact with her, and she had us come up to the office, and we just pressed play on the music we was recording, and we sang live for her, and she was like, you know who you need to sing for? You need to sing for Organized Noise, Rico Wade. So me and Cool was just like ecstatic, because it was their music that really gave us the confidence to really believe in what we was doing, because we were using a lot of live elements along with samples. Cool was cutting. They were doing everything that we felt hip hop should sound like.
Yeah.
So to get the opportunity to sing in front of him was like, oh shit, here we go. So we did that, and I'll never forget, every beat, every record he heard, he kept saying, who did the beat? And me and Cool would be like, yeah, we did it. And then after that, who did the beat? Yeah. So at the end, he was like, man, y'all good, this and that, this and that. He goes, y'all niggas stick to do what y'all, keep doing what y'all doing. You know what I'm saying? That shit gonna work out for y'all. So that was like a huge indication, because you know, like, to be able to, like, the people you idolize give you that thumbs up, like, yo, y'all doing the right thing, don't stop, was our first indication that and it was a big one for us.
Yeah,
you know what
y'all
I'm
was on the
saying?
right course.
No, we worshiped Dungeon Family. Anything them niggas put out, even
Yeah.
if it was not hitting, we didn't care. Like, we was championing they shit. So we took that energy, came back home, and went even harder. And plus, we had made a name for ourselves with the beats here locally, with like all the independent record companies, right? So, you know,
Brown paper bag.
Oh man, oh man,
That's not just a song. It was for real.
oh man. Let me tell you something. Oh man,
We the
was
original
doing it.
brown paper bag boys.
Yeah. So, like, you know, young, 19, 20 years old, got the condo over Biscayne Bay.
Y'all was getting to it.
No, where the Miami Heat players lived. You know, we in there, and these niggas is like, who are these guys?
Yeah.
We be dumb
Independent
young.
records.
No, this is
Y'all
just,
have
This
no
is the
real
beginning.
placement
This
yet.
is straight.
never a replacement.
Never a replacement.
Never a replacement.
This is called, you know, artists finding our beat CD in one of their friends' cars, and just like, yo, we used to put the beats and we used to put our number on there. So they'd be like, man, what is that? Let me get some. Whose beats them is?
Yeah.
And
then,
reach out.
And then we had like consistent clientele, like guys that was in the street doing their thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Would you know, that's how we learned business too. You know, a lot of bad habits, but good, you know, good game we picked up from, you know.
How much was y'all selling y'all street beats for?
Like back then was like 500, 700, 1,000. You know what I'm saying? But we was offing them bitches.
Moving the motherfuckers
Man,
in bulk.
That's when them beat CDs had 32 tracks.
I know a nigga hit y'all one time. I need all 32.
Man, nah.
Right.
Got the bag right here.
I get 20,000 for 32 of them.
Nah, so we was doing our thing, but you know, we were blessed. I think what took us to the next level, we have a mutual friend with Fat Joe, our man Rob, and he was like, yo, Joe's working on a new album and he's looking for some down south beats. And I told him, yo, I know some guys that's, you know, they on fire in Miami. So he was like, yo, don't give him none of the hip hop shit, you know, that y'all be doing. Give him some down south shit. So it was how many beats on there? 30?
32.
So-
That used to be my lucky number. Everything get 32.
So 32, we put 31 straight down south type beats for what it sounded like back then. And we was like, yeah, we gotta put one hardcore, like the shit, you know what I'm saying? So the very last beat was like some straight East Coast, you know what I'm saying, New York type shit. So the story is Joe's on his tour bus and they're listening, or in their car in Orlando, and he's going through the CD and he's just skipping. And the last beat comes on and he's like, there's no way the same niggas who did the
Right.
did this. It's impossible. I gotta go meet them niggas because this is my favorite beat of all time.
Yeah.
So he comes down and
Well, we
you
got
know,
remember we got the call first. So our man was like, "Yo, Joe wants to speak to y'all." So Joe gets on the phone. Me and Jay like, "Oh shit, Fat Joe." He's like, "Yo, this is my favorite beat of all time."
God
He said,
damn.
"This beat on here is my favorite beat I've ever heard in my life." We're like, he's like, "In fact, it's such an amazing beat that I want to record it in Miami. I want y'all to come to the studio because I want to meet y'all. I want to meet the guys who did this beat." And then we were already doing mad shit with Khaled, you know what I'm saying, like underground radio. And Joe comes in the studio, and we come in, and we meet Joe for the first time, and Khaled walks in and goes, "These are my guys, Cool and Dre, I've been telling you about." You know what I'm saying? Like the cosign was just like,
Yeah.
And then Joe was like, from
immediate
then,
family.
Immediate,
like, right
like,
when he's seeing the connection with us and Cali, he was like, "You know them?" And he's like, "What do you mean? These are my guys." In fact, they was the only niggas not hating on me when I came out here. They actually like gave me an opportunity to, you know what I mean? So it worked out like super perfect. And then from there, I think we got even closer. He had a R&B artist, Tony Sunshine, at the time. And shout out to Tony, I talked to him today. And he was like, "Yo, y'all niggas know how to do R&B." And we're like, "Yo, we was R&B singers." So I was
Right,
like, yeah,
right.
we was like R&B singers. So we were like, "Yeah, we could do that." So we started working with Tony Sunshine, and then we did this one record that was dedicated to Big Pun. And it felt like I Believe I Could Fly. It was that chord structure. It felt like, that chamber. And, we recorded it, I sang the whole shit, and then we sent it to Joe, and it just like blew him away. He's like, "I didn't know you niggas could do all of this.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta come to New York." So he flew us up to New York, and then we spent a good 4 years. 4
years? Shit.
Hustling. What we would do is we knew we had to be in the studio with Joe by 7 o'clock. So all day, all morning, all day, we would cook up, go see Joe, play like 20 new beats. Whatever he wasn't fucking with, the next morning we was hitting every studio, every record company, boom, 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 passing out the shit he didn't pick, cooking up another 20 new beats, going to the studio the next night with 20 more new beats. Like we was just not, the only shit we was doing was probably playing GTA and fucking cooking up, like non-stop. And that shit, the volume of beats we was doing, and the fact that we was from Miami making them type of beats, we made a name for ourselves, like in the city. Even before we had a hit or anything, people were like, "Yo, Cool and Dre's the next this and the next that, and this and that, this and that." So that's how we do it.
It's that type of
That's a cold hustle.
footwork.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that the footwork hustle is different than the thumb hustle.
Then sending it off through email.
It's so different because you had to have a different type of hunger, fire, and desire to cook up 20, go play the 20. Okay, cool. We still got 15 left. He only picked 5. Go hustle the 15, make another 20. Nigga.
Like every day, 4 years straight.
And remember, this is like, so if we had a 8 o'clock session, me and Dre would be like, "Yo, we want to get in earlier to cook up."
Yeah.
So we'd at 1 o'clock. Cause it's not like now you just pull up your laptop and make 10 beats. No.
Yeah.
This is like we had a equipment set
be
up,
some- yeah.
our MPC,
Yeah.
the keyboard. We had to go to the studio to produce these beats. So we was getting there ahead of time, cooking up for hours, food, coming back. Joe gets there, we playing the vibes. Joe's like, that one. The rest, the next day, like Dre said, we hustling them up. Be like, "Yo, all the A&Rs, we pulling up." Like we went from A&Rs, we met A&Rs, they were like, "Cool and who?" And then a couple weeks later, "Yo, where y'all at? I need a
Where
batch."
y'all at?
I need a batch.
So what's y'all first placement? Do y'all remember?
Yeah, it was a combination. It was end of 1999. It was Fat Joe, King of New York, featuring Blige Bantan. And then we had the 2 JT Money.
Yeah, we had JT Money.
JT Money.
The B.I.'s up.
Yeah.
So we had
on.
2 on the JT Money album.
Was he on Atlantic? Who was JT
He
Money
had
signed
that
to?
big song.
He had just came off that Who Ya Who Da.
Who Dat.
Yeah.
So we had 2 records on the album. It was called Blood, Sweat, and Years or something like
Yeah.
that. And we did 2 records
But
on
we grew
that.
up listening to JT Money in
Yeah.
Miami, so
Legend.
it was big deal for us to work with him.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so
So,
those were the
simultaneous
first
those
ones.
3 placements. But Joe, I remember we were in New York when the album dropped. And I remember Funk Flex. Remember we were in the
Yeah,
car and
he
Funk
played
Flex
that shit
played.
many
It was the
times.
first. We always say, yo, if you got the album opener, it's a big deal because you setting the tone,
Setting the tone.
Yeah.
for the rest of the album.
For the rest of the album.
That opener,
Yeah.
that middle record, and then that outro, you setting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like those are important records. And I remember us being in the car and Funk Master Flex dropping bombs on that shit.
yeah,
That
that
shit
shit
had
was
J
crazy.
Valentine on there. It was like, you know, it was just
what
like,
are y'all charging at this point? When
Yeah,
y'all get
yeah,
it?
yeah.
oh no, it was still for the low. But we
Still
was
for
just,
the low, it's
we
just-
was just
okay.
appreciative. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
okay.
at the end of the day,
I remember it was we got $1,500 for that beat.
Yep.
Right. And when we started working with Tony Sunshine, Joe was like, "Yo, so how much y'all charging now?" And it was like, we told him it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like it's whatever, Joe. He's like, "All right, y'all charging $15,000 now." We called our attorney, called our manager, and said, "Yo, new price alert."
15 bands.
Because back then, you know, when a major artist, and you know, Joe's a major artist.
Yes.
Once the label paid that $15,000,
That's what y'all-
that's
Standard.
the going.
That's standard.
That's what
Yeah,
it
that's
is.
it.
It's 15 bands, like you know what I'm saying. So, you know, gotta credit Joe too for that. You know what I'm saying.
And what year was this?
That's 01, 02, 2002.
Yep.
That's a good number for that time.
Yeah.
It's a
Oh yeah.
great
Well, you know,
number.
that's why you gotta salute. You gotta salute the icons. You know what I'm saying? I was having a conversation with some young producers at the studio the other night, and I was like, man, it's a different game now. Like, you know, coming up for me and Cool, if you would have had 2 or 3 consecutive hits back to back to back, you could go make some real money.
Real money.
Because you could go. That's what happened to
Go
us.
on a serious run.
Yeah, we had New York for Ja Rule, and then 4 months later, Hate It or Love It, and the whole energy surrounding all the artists involved on those records
Played a big
and what
part.
it did. It's historic. You know what I'm saying? It's a moment in the culture. So we're blessed to even be a part of that, right? So we were able to take that energy and go hard and make a lot of hit records and a lot of great album records and put ourselves in a position to get $75,000 for a beat. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you catch a motherfucker for 100 because you don't even know who they are. They're a big pop artist. They want you to do a remix or something because we on fire. See if we get 100. But that only could happen because Timbaland was getting 250.
Hey,
So
he
you
was
know in
get-
your place.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And me
yeah.
and Cool, no matter how big and no matter how hot we get or whatnot, you know, we respect the icons. You know what I'm saying? And you know, that's why you sit down and you say, thank you, Pharrell, for getting $250,000 a beat or whatever at that time. You know, because it allows us to say, all right, yo, shit, you giving them that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We mad at 75, you get 4 for what you paying for 1, you know what I'm saying? So me and Cool used to be getting 4 or 5 records on albums at a time because that was the jug, right? So, you know, so I'm telling these young guys at the studio, I'm just like, man, it's different for y'all, you know, because nowadays, when you look at the credits, it's 12, 13 names
Yeah.
in that producer section, bro. And it's like, man, it's hard to shine. And collaboration is amazing. I love it, you know what I'm saying? I think collaboration is great. We've collaborated, you know what I'm saying? In the past 5, 7 years, we've collaborated with producers more than we ever had. You know, we come from an era where the guys that were at the top, we still talking about today. Like, you know what I'm saying? These guys are like different. Like, you know, when the Neptunes went on their run, it was a different type of run. Like, you never seen nothing like that. Like, you know, I can remember me and Cool just like, we had to come up when, in 2001, when fucking Pharrell had Britney Spears, well, let me respect the Neptunes had Britney Spears, I'm a Slave, with a NSYNC fucking girlfriend record and a Nori Super Thugs. What?
Yeah.
It was
And
great.
like it's just like, you know, if that's the person that's setting the standards, and you respect the craft and you're trying to be great, you got to really work hard to even, you know, get into that same space. You know what I'm saying? And but these kids now, man, it's like, it's 10 motherfuckers on a record. I ain't saying nothing's wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
But you don't really know who to call.
Facts.
You don't really know who
so
to call.
much, you know, it's so much. But there's more avenues now, because, you know, as a producer, you could go really put together, craft the album and create your artist page on Spotify and go hard, you know what I'm saying? And there's guys like today that like, you know, like I appreciate what they're doing in the culture. Like I really appreciate what someone like a Metro Boomin is doing. Like that feels very, what's the word? Like I know what that feels like. Meaning like when I watch that, I'm like, I can resonate with what he's doing.
Yeah.
That feels like it comes from the lineage, you know what I'm saying, just in today's time. He's doing everything possible to touch the culture, you know, and doing it in a creative way. You know what I mean? So not to say that there aren't producers that's, you know, really killing shit, you know what I mean? Because there are. It's just a different time. You know what I'm
It's just
saying?
like you guys came up in a time where, as we all came up in a time where identity was a thing,
Yep.
right? And so you wanted to be identified as a certain thing so that people knew exactly who to call for what.
Yep, for sure.
And we all love the collaborations, and I say the same thing to artists, right? When artists are like, man, I got this joint, I'm telling you, if I get Drake on this, it's over. And I'm like, well, if you get Drake on, it's no longer your song. And every time you come out on stage, they're gonna be looking for Drake. I said, but if you can just establish your identity
First,
even if it's mid, don't matter. You can establish you. That
not like the young kid right now that got the record 4 Bats. You know what I'm saying? They got the record, and Drake ended up hopping on a remix, but that record was already established as a 4 Bats record. You know what I'm saying? And the record is incredible. And now Drake's on it. Cool. Now it takes it.
Now we go to the next level.
He goes to the next level, but he established that record by himself. He didn't wait, hoping he'd get a feature.
Right.
Feature came to him like, yo, I'm jumping on that
I
because
need
it's so
that.
on fire.
Feature came to him.
Yeah,
He
on
was
fire.
building. They saw him building a house. Said, man, I want a room in there.
Yeah.
You know, I need a floor in there. Can I get involved?
Absolutely.
And so it's like we still have to maintain that conversation with these young artists and these young producers and be like, listen, build your thing. So that they have to come to you to get that.
For that.
thing. They gotta come to you for that.
It's individuality as well, though, and it's carving out your space, right? It's like anything, you know. People send us music. People send you guys music all the time. I don't want to hear what I've already heard. I just don't. I can get that from them, and that's cool that you sound like such and such. But what about sounding like you? Even if that sound, people may frown upon it at one point. You know what I mean? But establish who you are. Like, I love when someone comes with a refreshing new voice.
Oh, yeah.
Giveon. Friday. You know what I'm saying? Like, Daniel Caesar. Like, those guys sound like themselves.
They cut through.
You know what I'm saying? Khalid. You know what I mean? Like, these guys sound like themselves. Like, I don't want to hear 57 Chris Browns. Y'all not him, bro.
Never.
You can't flip from the top rope.
Nah, dude, that's different.
But they all want to, because they think he's the cheat code. And that's cool. And I'm sure, I'm going to ask him next time. I'm like, you tired of this shit, little bro? You tired, man? Just say you tired of this shit, man. Don't have me just be out here thinking like I'm just the only one tired of hearing fake Chris Browns. But
That's a great reference.
Man.
Send it to him.
it's become like a epidemic of it. Like, it's like,
Of unoriginality.
fuck, bro. Like, be you. Because as you get people to buy into you, they continue to push you up because they tell somebody about you. Have you heard such and such? Yo, his voice is crazy. Or I don't really get it all the way, but I feel it. And this is it.
Yep.
Same thing with the music.
Yep.
Same thing with the production side of it. Yes, you can get on the radio by sounding like somebody else's song, but it's another thing to have a sound.
No, that's real.
It's another thing to have a sound.
No, that's
What
real.
what is the first hit record?
The first hit was New York.
It was New York,
and,
yeah.
and we knew it because we were living in New York at that time. So a lot of records that we did that were like album fillers would get played in the mix. So we got hot that way too. Like you know, so shout out all the DJs
Definitely.
that have always like rinsed our records, even if they weren't singles. You know what I'm saying? But I can remember we were in LA for like the first time. And we was at the Mondrian, back when the Mondrian.
Yeah.
Talk to Sky.
Yeah.
Sky Bar.
So
Talk that talk.
we go to the Sky Bar.
Yeah.
And the only reason me and Cool could get in that bitch is because we staying at the hotel, so you could show them the hotel key, because them people wasn't gonna let us in that other way, right? So we in there and we chilling, and you know, it's got the models and whatnot. Me and Cool, we like, yo, this is the vibe. So then out of nowhere, they put New York on. The DJ plays New York, and the whole crowd starts singing it. Me and Cool are like, they know this shit? Like, we couldn't believe it. We thought it was just a New York record, and it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? And that was the first time, like, we were like, okay. And what was dope was when we did that record, you know, it was originally a beat we gave to Joe. And, you know, it was a different sounding type of beat at that time. It wasn't too many records or beats that felt like that. Everybody was still like doing a lot of soul flips and whatnot. And Joe was like, I like this, man, but it's different. And we kept trying to press him, like, we record to this, I'm telling you, it's that shit. And he's like, nah, y'all could go ahead and play for somebody else. He was like, all right, cool. So Ja Rule and Irv and all of them are down here working on the album. So I go over there and I press play on the beat, and Irv loses it. He's like, yo, this shit is crazy. Yo, but Dre, put one of them hooks you be doing, man. Put a hook on there. So I go back to the spot we was using at the time.
Remember, Jadakiss had to be
Yeah,
too.
but I didn't know. At that time.
I had sent it to Jadakiss.
Yeah.
After Joe said, yo, now y'all go ahead and y'all go ahead and give, you know what I'm saying, send it to other people. First person I sent it was Jada, because we had been talking. I'm like, yo, Jada, I sent you a vibe.
Yeah.
And Jada's like, yo, son, this is crazy. I'm gonna mess with it. All right, cool.
So I didn't know none of that
Dre
was
didn't
going
know.
on.
I'm like, you know,
I didn't
because people get beats, they say, yo, I'm fucking
Yeah.
with it. And
You just, yeah.
so
yeah.
I'm the type of person, I don't like to mention shit unless it's done. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was one of those that I didn't even mention. I'm like, cause we get that all the time, right? So we're at the studio, right? And Dre's like, yo, I'm gonna come and put a hook on this vibe. So I'll never forget it. I'm laying on the couch, right? Because we just vibing up in the studio in the garage, and Dre got the beat going on the MPC, and he's like, and I just started mumbling, at 100 guns, 200 clips, and I'm from New York.
No, you said, and I'm heading for.
I'm headed to New York, because there was a KRS-One hook that popped in my head.
Yeah.
Dre's like, hold on, what's that? I'm like, oh, that's a KRS-One vibe. He was like, sing it again, and Dre was like, and Dre came with the.
I got 100 guns, 100 clips, nigga. I'm from New York, and then I finished off the whole shit after that.
And then we go to the Hit Factory. We go to the Hit Factory. Dre sings Dre was like, yo, I got a hook idea. And Irv was like, yo, go lay the reference. Dre goes in there and lays it down. Ja Rule walks in. He was like, yo, what is this? And it was history from there. So the crazy thing is, he's like, yo, I know just who to get on this. Who was the first person? He said Nas first,
no, first,
right?
Irv was like, yo, before he said that, he's like, yo, I know who I'm gonna put on this. I'm gonna put Joe Crack and Nas. And then when he said Joe Crack, I was like, oh, fuck.
I know he gonna give us pressure over the
And
beat.
it was Circle House. It was in Circle House. So Irv calls Joe and he's like, yo, man, your guys came over here and gave us one, this and that. He's like, listen to this shit. And he's playing it. And all you hear through the phone is, that's my beat. That's my beat. Hey, yo, that's my beat. Yo, that's my beat. So I get the phone. He's like, yo, Dre, why you giving niggas my beat? That's my beat. I say, yo, bro, you said you ain't want the beat no more. Yeah, but it ain't had that hook on it, nigga. You ain't put that hook on it. So, you know, it was all love. Joe was like, all right, cool. And then Irv tried to get Nas, but Nas was like out the country or something at the time. So he's like, man, Nas is out the country. I know exactly who I'm gonna put on. I'm gonna put Jadakiss on it. And then Cool was like, oh fuck.
I forgot about Jada, so I had to be the bearer of bad news.
And
But Jada was cool. He's like, it's all good. I ain't cut it yet. Blah blah blah. So when Irv hit him, it's just crazy that all the guys
That's
ended up on the
crazy.
record.
It's just, you can't even make the shit up. So on the reference track, just warming up, I was like, this is, I'm just warming my voice up. And so when it was time to mix it, I was telling the engineer, yo, you could cut that shit off. Like, that's just me doing a reference. Irv was like, nah, yo, that shit is dope as fuck. Nah, leave that shit.
One of the first producer tags.
Yeah, and when we shoot the video, Dre, I want you in there, man. Do your thing, let them know. And then it ended up being a tag. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, shout out to Irv for that. But, that's how that record came. And then the crazy shit is like 4 months later, that record is still doing its thing. But at the same time, it's creating like tension in the city.
Yeah.
Because, at that time, Ja was in a space where, people were really, really counting him out. You know what I'm saying? And you can't blame him because, 50 Cent dropped this classic album, right? That was just like, it's
undeniable.
Yeah, it's a classic, right? So people were really counting him out. So this song was just like, it gave him new life. And it was just the hottest record of the summer. And so it created tension. These guys all start beefing with each other out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? And then Hate It or Love It comes out with 50 Cent.
Had y'all already done?
Hate It or Love It had already been done.
Y'all had already recorded that.
We didn't even know what the song sounded like until the album dropped.
Man, we heard the song. Remember,
beat.
We didn't put it this way. We got a call, be like, yo, y'all got a placement on Game's album.
Okay. Y'all know 50 is on the record? Nothing.
What beat it was.
Oh, shit.
They're like, yo, y'all got a placement. Give us your attorney, blah, blah, blah. I heard Dre like, yo, we got a placement on this Game album. Just like, oh, word, that's what's up, blah, blah, blah. I didn't even know what beat it was. A week and a half later, I'm in the car, and I hear the damn song.
Your beat.
Hate It or Love It on the radio.
On the radio, dog.
I called Dre. So now I know the beat. The beat it is. I'm like, yo, Dre, this shit is on the radio.
So they've done the business for it, everything.
No business.
No business
No
got
business
done.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
No, that,
all right.
that
leaked.
record, remember the story I told you about going to $15,000 a beat because of Joe? That record is the reason that we started getting 4 points off rip on every record we produced because they put the album out. They didn't do no business. Our attorney was trying to get the business done before the album dropped, and she kept telling them, like, yo, y'all can't put the album out. Y'all ain't even do the business.
Yeah.
This shit came out. She's like, okay, now I'm going to get you.
Yeah.
4 points. 40,000. Like
What happened was the song got leaked. You know what I'm saying? And before that, right when the album dropped, the song was already doing 1,200 spins a week.
Smash.
It was out of here because there's remember the original single was Dreams.
Dreams. They had shot a video to it.
They had shot a video to it and everything already, so they had to switch gears. But I found out what beat it was on the radio.
Oh my God.
That's crazy.
But of course, it gave us leverage. You know what I'm saying, to handle the business properly. But
it was
out of here before.
It was a life changer because what happened was, and guess what? No one else knew we did the beat. All right,
because it don't have the tag either.
It didn't have no.
It don't have the this is on it.
Anything. No one else knew we did the beat. So we in LA at Marvin Gaye's studio because Mary J. Blige wants to work with us because of Hate It or Love It. She's like, I gotta work with the niggas who did Hate It or Love It. But mind you, back to the point about the tension. The first time I heard the record was in the back seat of an Escalade with Fat Joe in the front seat and his manager at the time. And they're playing the record like fucking crazy. Meanwhile, Joe Crack and 50 Cent hate each other, and I'm in the back seat like this, and niggas is looking at me.
Oh, shit. I didn't know.
And they're like, yo, and Joe loves us so much. You know what I'm saying? But Joe got a lot of street guys with him, and all of them, this nigga, man, fuck this nigga. Hey, yo, Crack, yo. So it's hard to celebrate your biggest record ever, right? Shit. But it's all love. It's all love. You know what I'm saying? It's called family business. You know what I mean? It's family. That's why we family. So, but no one outside of the circle knew we did the record. So we get called to go to LA to work with Mary. And she's like, yo, I need Hate It or Love It. I need that. That's what the fuck I need. Y'all do what y'all need to do. And I think Sean Garrett was the writer in the studio at that time. And me and Cool was just playing beats. And we really didn't catch any chemistry with Sean that day in that session. Like nothing really came of it. So we go, now we're in Atlanta because Jeezy wants to work with us because he wants to work with the guys who did the New York beat. And he's like, yo, that synthesizer sound that y'all got in that New York. So I'm telling all my niggas, yo, listen to that, make shit like that. I want them synths. I said, fuck it, might as well call the niggas who did the beat, man. So we get in the studio.
Yo, I need a New York. I need one of them. I need one of them vibes.
So we go over there and, you know, as producers at that time, we never wanted to repeat the sauce. Like we were so hell-bent on creating a new sound, like, you know what I'm saying? So Jeezy's telling us to our face, give me New York.
Give me that.
And me and Cool are doing everything
but New
opposite.
York.
Yeah.
Horn records, sample records.
We've all been there.
You know what I'm saying?
When
And then
somebody
we
wants
didn't know,
something
like, yo,
else.
these are, remember, we got 2 hits simultaneously.
Right, y'all don't know how this shit
We didn't
go.
know how to, yo,
Run
we
it
gotta,
up.
let's use the same sauce
We ain't
recipe.
know. We ain't know, right? So we telling the nigga, yo, you know we did that Hate It or Love It record. He's like, what? And we said, yeah, we did the Hate It or Love It record. He's like, man, I ain't know y'all niggas did that shit, man. That shit is smash, nigga. So we're trying to give him everything else. While we're in that session,
They being too talented.
yeah, literally, we get the call from Mary in the Jeezy session. She goes, look, I wanted to work with y'all so bad. I know we couldn't do anything, you know, we couldn't cook up anything new. So I said, fuck it. I just sang over the fucking Hate It or Love It beat and did it myself. I'm gonna send it to y'all now. So when we listen to it, it's Mary J. Blige singing over Hate It or Love It.
Yeah.
And at the end of the record, she goes, Cool and Dre, this beat is hot. And when that remix came out, it was game over because we were still, the only recognition we were getting for as producers was the New York record, and the New York, that was a hit.
Yeah.
So then when the Mary remix came out, I said, Cool and Dre, this beat is hot. Niggas was like, okay, hold up. The same niggas who did that, that's impossible. It's completely different sounds. And then that's when our lives like really changed. Like I can remember being in Mansion and Pharrell seen us.
Yeah.
You remember Mansion? And Pharrell seen us and he left his table to come over to like show love. And me and Cool was like, we need to be showing you love. Like you fucking, like we look, and copping pleas for no reason. We're like, hey, yo, listen, all them articles saying that we're the next Neptunes, we never told them that. Like,
We had nothing to do with that.
Yeah, like, we mad. They
made that shit up.
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm telling them, like, and he's like, yo, don't even worry about it. I'm just letting you know, like, we're upset about it too. Like, you know what I'm saying? We don't even know if this nigga even knows about no articles, right? You know what I'm saying? And he was just like, yo, that bass line on that record is forever, man. Y'all got a forever. Y'all got a classic forever. I was like, yo, you heard the New York record we did? Like, you know what I'm saying? And like, he went on his way.
Shout out to Dr. Dre for putting the most amazing mix in history
ever
on a record. Like,
We just talking about mixes.
It won't come out until he's.
No, what's ill is when we would, there were certain things that we would emulate. Not emulate, we would take a gem. So Dr. Dre, what he would do on his choruses, he would add a tambourine to a snare. And he wouldn't do it on every snare. He would do it. He would do it on one snare, let the other one breathe, and then do it on another snare. So on Hate It or Love It,
y'all did that.
We did the exact same shit, not knowing it was ever going to Dr.
Yeah.
Dre. That was just a gem we picked up from him. You know, I can remember when our first meeting with Jimmy Iovine, and it was about some whole other shit. Years later, and we're sitting there, and like we remind him, like, yo, you know, we did Hate It or Love It, and he was just like, that's one of the top 5 records in my career, period, like of anything I produced or anything was on my label. He's like, let me hear that beat before Dre did what he did to it. So me and Cool, we didn't understand what he was saying.
Yeah.
Like, before Dre, what he did? Well, Dre mixed it. Like, you know, he's like, I want to hear what I want to hear.
I want to hear before Dr. Dre touched
Cool
it.
opens up the laptop, puts his speakers on, and plays the beat. And Jimmy goes, oh, it's the same thing. Well, it's not the, you know, Dre is who he is, and we worship him. But you know, it was really like he couldn't believe it.
He put a hell of a mix on
Yeah,
it.
you know what I'm saying. So
Couldn't believe y'all was already close.
yeah, no,
Exactly.
like, you know,
Like,
he was probably
he thought he was
you know,
gonna hear straight like
a drum track.
like the Casio guy. You know what I'm saying? Like pull the grand piano and he's like,
You gonna do that to my man? We couldn't fit a
First of
grand
all,
piano in
first-
here.
first of
you
all-
couldn't fit a grand piano,
of all-
but it's a mission to get it
First
in
of
here.
all, let me let you.
Woo!
Come on, man. Come on, man.
But man,
on, man.
you know the so Dre did have shout out Mike Elizondo. I mean, shout out just Dre and everything that he did, man. But he had him play the bass over.
Yep.
Because you know, as producers, musicians, it's all about the chains.
Yep.
That bass chain that Dre has, vocal chain, you know, it's the best quality of everything.
Absolutely.
So when we got the credits, we saw bass by Mike Elizondo. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's why the bottom end on this
It's
record
just so
is
fucking
like
like
when that shit
glue,
comes on in the
nigga.
club today, it just cuts through.
Yeah.
No, like glue.
It cuts through like all he did was had the man doom, 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 doom,
Yep.
put
But
that.
we're musicians, so it's the bass.
Jeez.
It starts with the actual machine. Like it could be a custom machine.
Oh, no,
that
no.
Just doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Doesn't have the same, like it could be, it's the pickups.
People don't understand it's not just whatever you pick up first.
Man.
When we did My Life,
Yeah.
we had
My Life is the game featuring Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
the record had an 808. And before we went to mix, we tried to cut the bass on there like 10 times with different basses. It kept the
interfering.
bass
808
kept
was there.
clashing
Yeah.
with the 808. It
Yeah.
kept canceling out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, Dre, we gotta mix this. Well, we got a deadline. Game is like, yo, we gotta turn this shit in. We're at the NRG Studios. Remember, we had
glue.
we had
That's
the
the glue.
Nas session with Nas, and we're at NRG Studios, and I'm like, yo, let's get it one last time. And the bass player called me, he's like, yo, I got a brand new bass. They telling me this shit is the magic. I'm like, all right, bring it through. We get to give it one last shot, because we had the Steve in the other studio, Pacifique, had the mix up. He's like, yo, I just need the bass. So my man, the bass player, Lord of the Strings, we call him. He comes with the bass, still clashing. I'm like, damn, we're just gonna have to keep the 808. So then the assistant engineer, he's like, y'all wanna try the glue? I'm like, what the hell is the glue? He's like, hold on. So at NRG Studios, you know that studio? In LA, they have like Moroccan style room and shit. It's
Yes.
super vibe.
I've been there before.
So they have
Yeah.
they have a
super
room
vibe.
with all gear, vintage gear. So this guy walks in, opens this shit up, and it's a P-bass Fender from 1959. You can't even see, it's completely raw wood from it's exposed. Hooks that shit up. Doom, doom, boom. 808 comes on with the bass, and it's the marriage.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Perfect. So I said, yes, Lord.
And he called it the glue.
It's called
The glue. He said
glue.
this bass goes with air. It's a P-bass Fender P-bass. Shout out Fender from 1959. This shit was with the 808 was like magic. I was like,
glue.
send that bass to the engineer. Boom.
Yep.
And it was done. Like
Wow.
Nah, it's crazy.
like you said, the pickup. He's like, because they make that bass guitar today. But that pickup from 59 was different.
It's just
You know what I'm
different.
saying?
So when y'all get these records, right, and y'all going from 500, 700 to 1,500 to 15,000 to 40 plus 4 points,
Yeah.
what y'all buy? Y'all had to buy something.
It's
Because now y'all just not in the apartment playing GTA.
You can't look regular with
Y'all
these songs on the
y'all out of the
regular.
apartment now.
my vice was cars. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was hustling backwards when I was younger.
Nah,
You
we
know
was
what I'm
called,
saying?
we was signed to Blow the Bag Records.
Yeah.
Along with
Hey,
him.
my long lost
No,
brothers
I'm
right
telling
here.
you, Blow the Bag Records, we was doing all the wrong stuff.
You know what? And I want to shout. I don't want to cause because it's nothing but love. We working with Tyrese, who we love.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's you know what I'm saying? That's fam. And we working, and he had the Bentley, and I can remember the Bentley, the GT car right now. I like that Bentley. And he goes, man, you know what I'm saying? You can get the Bentley easy. You know what I'm saying? You got a crib? I'm like, yeah, I got a crib. He's like, man, just pull the equity out that bitch and buy a car.
Oh, shit.
I'm like,
shit.
you could do that?
Oh,
you
shit.
know what I'm saying? He's like, hell yeah, nigga. So, like, I think I think the first splurge we had was when we bought 2 Escalade trucks.
Yeah, we bought matching Escalades,
matching
rims.
Escalade
That's when the
trucks.
23s was as big as you could go.
You know what
I'm saying?
With the 23s. And then right after that, the Range, when the new Range body came out. And then right after that, the Bentley GT Coupe.
At least we bought cribs though. When we
The first thing we did
was.
was we bought houses. We knew that much.
That is
you know
so
what I'm saying?
smart.
Yeah.
No. That's the first thing. I think,
I did not.
Oh no, the first
we
thing
bought
we did
cribs.
was bought cribs. And then but like, with cars and shit like that, cool to tell you, I went stupid, bro.
Bro.
Like, how many cars did you have at once?
I had 7 cars parked out front of my house, and it was so disrespectful because all the cars combined cost more than what I bought the house for. So that step 1 in hustling backwards. Part 2 is it's 3 garage house.
They're getting dusty every day.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
I have nowhere to put
2
this.
cars in this one, one of the old schools in this one, and now you got 4 cars in the front, and like 2 of them I
This
had
look like you having a party every
It was
day,
a
too.
lot of stuff with car covers on there.
Yeah,
Just know
right.
the association was like, yo, y'all can't keep car covers on all these cars like that.
So the problem is because you don't have a 10-car garage house, you know what I'm saying? I'm driving whatever's closest to the fucking curb. Like, meaning like I had the Ferrari and the Bentley in the garage.
Yeah, they gotta go to the garage.
Yeah, and then I had the Kifa Cure. I had the Benz, and the fucking Maybach 57S, and the Range Rover, and the Escalade, all of that. And if I wanted to take the Ferrari out to like go to the Heat games, we used to go all the time, I would have to move
all those
4 cars.
Yeah, no, we had to move cars.
Nah,
definitely.
it was crazy. So like, when we started getting money, like if splurging, like for me, with cars, and then another thing Cool and I did a lot was experience. So you can't even see the money you spent. It only lives in your memories. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you flying people in, you having dinners every night, the biggest suites, you know what I'm saying? And fortunately, we blessed to be able to still maintain that. Like, we've seen so many horror stories,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So today we're still like, blessed to be able to like live a lifestyle. Thankfully, we're smarter, you know what I'm saying, now, you know what I mean? So now I know I don't need 7
You
cars.
don't got 7 cars no more.
No, I don't need it, but I gotta have the Cullinan because, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, you must have it.
Gotta
Yeah.
have the Wraith, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, you have to have the Wraith.
You know, meaning because it just drives smooth. Once you get it, once you in it, they call it, that's the magic carpet ride. Like once you're on the magic carpet ride, you don't want to feel.
You just named
bump.
2
So let's just say
cars.
we learned a lot.
Then
We learned a lot from
baby
example.
mama got the range.
You just named 2 cars over
Oh,
$500,000.
Nah, but
We've gotten
smart.
a lot smarter now. Now,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It's like, we done been there, we done that.
Yeah.
But you also in a different earning space too.
yeah.
Like your music and catalog.
Yeah, you
has
set other things up.
Generated
100%.
something crazy.
I knew it was a problem, man, because when we was spending a lot of money on that American Express. I ain't gonna lie.
That black card.
And no, hold on, that's before the black card. When I call them people up and say, hey, I knew it was serious when I called American Express to get the black card, and the lady said, before I could hang up, the delivery man,
He was bringing
here
it.
they go.
Oh, they couldn't wait to give y'all those.
Oh shit.
Man, look, I'm like talking to the lady. Yes, the Centurion, no problem. It's $2,500 a year for each card. I said, yeah, that's cool, blah, blah, blah. My brother, before I hung that phone up,
The blacks was on their way.
We gotta deliver this Circle House.
them
I'll never
boxes
forget
came
that
in
thing.
with a metal case, they want you to spend so quick.
Yeah.
Go
We was
crazy.
so
You're good
crazy.
for it.
They want you to go
Go
crazy.
crazy.
They want you to go
Crazy.
crazy.
You know, I mean, give thanks, man, because some people don't recover. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think, you know, for me and Cool, like we've been in the game for 2 decades now. So in order to be in the game for 2 decades, you got to be in the valley a few of them years.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You
Speak
start
on it.
off,
Yeah.
start
Speak on
off
it.
in the valley. You feel me? And then, so that's what you know. So it ain't nothing wrong with it. You know you want to go further. When you go further, and then that valley starts knocking on your door, it's like, oh shit, that's a whole new feeling.
Yeah.
And some niggas never recover from that first knock on the door, where it's like, hey, yo, the shit you've been doing, you can't do it no more for whatever reason. Some people have personal problems, man. A family is sick. You know, niggas will be wondering, why? Whatever happened to him? He was winning. You never know what could be going on. And if you're a true artist, true creative, and you put your life into your work and you put passion into the shit that you do, things like a mother or father having cancer will affect your work.
Sure. Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I'm
for sure.
saying?
Yes.
You know, that's why you got to respect the people who just is like fucking so driven they don't let nothing, you know, slow them down. But most of us,
Yeah, because life happens.
you know what I'm saying? So you know, for me and Cool, like we've been in the valley a few times. You know what I'm saying? Thankfully, you know, we're in a position now where we've lived and we've learned and know, like, you know, certain urges that we have in, you know, back in the day don't even exist anymore.
Yeah.
I think when you get to this point in your career and you're still somewhat relevant and you still have an impact on culture, and at the same time, for us, I think for like the last 2-3 years, we've been leveraging our resume and, you know, and our accomplishments and what we've accomplished in music to be able to open up new doors, you know what I'm saying, and new opportunities to do other things outside of the music space.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's been very good for us.
Let's talk
as
about
well.
that.
Yeah?
Let's talk. Like, come on, man. Let's talk about the business side of, you know, this music thing for you guys. Outside, or I won't even say the business side, the ancillary things that now, like you said, you guys have been able to leverage by, you know, because we all have a moment in our careers period where we're like, okay, the network has to be your network. Right?
Yep.
You know, you have to be able to say, okay, now what can I do with the accomplishments that I've had and the things that I've learned in this game that can take me to other places?
Yep.
We should, right?
Yeah.
Everybody doesn't do that. I always preach, he always preaches that you should, though. You know what I mean? Because what someone may think is done in this space over here, they're like, we've been waiting for you.
Oh man, don't get no realer than what you just said, man. The music business is a business where, what have you done for me lately? All right, so, you know, I remember our first time hitting the valley was just, we had a label deal with Interscope, and we knew going into it, we said, yo, pay attention to all the other producers. When they started their own company, they got real quiet.
Because they're trying to break their own artists.
You know what I'm saying?
They're trying to do a label thing.
And if you don't pop your artists off, it gets tough.
Yeah, because you also go into a space where you dry up the market in terms of placing records.
Of course.
So you ignore those phone calls for so long till they stop
You trying to
calling.
give all the hits to
and
them.
you're focused.
Right.
You putting all your energy, and it's yours now. So you putting extra blood, sweat, and tears. 'Cause
Yeah.
now
It's
this
a
is-
whole new relationship.
Yeah.
That's a relationship.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is yours. Like, you want to break a new artist. Everyone, if you're a music producer, the goal is to cultivate new artists and introduce them to the world, and hopefully they go on to become, you know, icons. They go on to become like really big artists. So you look at a Dr. Dre and see what he's done from NWA to Snoop Dogg
Sheesh.
to Eminem to 50 Cent. He had a hand in Kendrick Lamar. himself as an artist, you can't name too many records that Dr. Dre has produced on, that's not signed to him.
Right.
Organized Noise, Outkast, Goody Mob,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Society of Soul. You can't name too many records that they produced on that wasn't coming from their camp.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how Cool and I always wanted to function. So when we did the Interscope deal, we put everything into that, all of our attention into it. And when you do that, other people are calling you for music and you don't give it to them, you're gonna be like, what the fuck, right?
We neglected you're naturally gonna neglect the bread
Yep.
and butter because
Yeah.
you're so engulfed. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And trying to break your own, your label and your artist.
So, when you don't put something out there for like a year and a half, 2 years, and now the artist you were trying to break, maybe it's not doing what it's supposed to do, all of a sudden, you're ready to just, okay, shit, we gotta get back on our shit. The game might have passed you by.
Yeah.
The Sonics might have changed on you because niggas is going to other people, and that, me and Cool found ourselves in that position, around, I can remember around like 2011 in that time, you know what I'm saying? And, fortunately for us, you know what I'm saying, my man worked on the Jesus Peace album, we worked with Game and got shit cracking, and then boom, do all the way up with Fat Joe, and then, put out an artist, Kent Jones, at the same time, and then boom, you remind niggas, and they're like, okay, we're not gonna sleep on them no more, because they're gonna find a way to come back with it, you know what I'm saying? So I think those experiences and being able to survive that, people outside of the music business appreciate that, right? So if you've been in the game for 20 years as a producer or whatnot, an A&R might look at you and be like, yeah, man, but we want the new thing. We want the new hot thing. It's okay for Rick Rubin to be in the game for 30, 40 years. The people, they worship him.
Come on.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
you, sir.
I respect Rick Rubin on another level, too.
Come on now.
I respect him just as much as y'all do. It doesn't work like that for us.
Yep.
For in our culture, you know what I'm saying? It's changing now because thankfully we from a generation where a lot of the guys I grew up listening to, like Cameron, Mace, Fat Joe, like these guys are really viable right now and fucking the game up in media and killing the shit. So thankfully we from that era where, like, okay, this is a new day, you know what I'm saying? But in finance and in other industries, they want to work with someone that's got a 20-year resume,
seasoned,
that
proven.
looks like a Cool and Dre, that have worked with Jay-Z, Beyonce, 50 Cent, Fat Joe, Fall Out Boy, Lil Wayne. Like it's gonna keep going.
Talk the list.
Like, trust me, that is a long list of motherfuckers, and they're like, okay. And
Track record speaks for itself.
Yeah, they're still viable. They're gonna want to do business, So one of the things that Cool and I have done in the past 2 years is like this whole wave of artists selling their catalogs and whatnot. There's two ways to look at it. You know what I'm saying? If you're smart and you have a plan, for what you're gonna do with that. When you sell that asset and you have a real plan on how to grow that money and make it work for you, you know what I'm saying? Then great, go do that. And if your mind is still sharp, because this is the music business, this ain't sports. We just gotta have a sharp mind.
Yeah, you can do it forever.
We could do this shit forever. You know what I'm saying? Then go create a new catalog.
Damn right.
I ain't mad at you. You know what I'm saying? Or do a deal where if your catalog exceeds whatever was forecasted, make sure whatever that is that's above the forecast, make sure that shit get bust down. 80-20, you get the 80. You know what I'm saying? Every contract is what you negotiate. This shit ain't no standard Lego block shit. It's what you negotiate. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of that, we've been in a space to where we've been working with different financial institutions like a Franklin Templeton, working with different venture capital people in the tech space like an A16Z, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Megan and Judine and everybody over there to create different avenues for artists to use their IP to leverage it without having to divorce themselves from that asset.
Gotcha.
If that's something that you want to do. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So that's something we've been doing. We've been blessed to be a part of this cannabis wave, you know what I'm saying?
Amen.
You know, we're venturing out to New York with that, blessed to be part of a great group of people doing that. So, you know, we'll be in Manhattan real soon. Look out for us. And we're doing something really creative, you know, over there that's going to be great for, you know what I'm saying, people who like to smoke and, you know, people who create music and everything like that. So, you know, we got that going on. And we also created a new distribution company. It's called Nebula. And it's really cool because, you know, a lot of artists, they make music and they find it hard to get their shit up on the DSPs,
Right.
or get their video up on YouTube. They say it's easy as hell. I shot a video not too long ago, like a year ago, and still can't get that bitch up on
Yeah.
YouTube, right? So that made us go say, okay, how can we make this easier? Because if we having problems trying to figure it out, then I know,
Absolutely.
you know,
The regular
other people,
person, yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, and we're in the era of everyone wants to be independent and everything, which is great. So let's create something for people to go and be able to put their music throughout distribution and get their shit up on all the right, all the DSPs, get the right looks at certain playlists and whatnot. And we've incorporated AI technology with our platform, which makes us unique, makes us different, you know. So there's a Cool Dre, you know, brain in the actual distribution platform, so kids can, you know, ask any questions on how to, you know, what kick should I use, or what preset should I use, or, you know what I'm saying, how do I go about marketing and promoting my single or my video, or whatever questions they have, you know, we have the technology that's gonna answer it right on the spot. So I think that, you know, puts us in our own lane as well. So, you know, these are some of the things we got going on.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be the next wave, like the next big thing in the distribution space. You know what I mean? Like Nebula Distro, you know, we're doing some exciting shit with that. You know what I mean? Especially with, like Dre saying, with the AI tech that we're putting in there. Like you can literally put your shit up on there and get it mixed, mastered. Like the whole, like we're creating like a serious platform on the distribution side. And of course, you know, distribution, what the distributors mainly do, they just put your shit in all DSPs.
Yeah.
And it's up to you to really work it. You know what I'm saying? So within the platform, we're going to be able to upstream certain things that we see. If we see something that's popping in Oklahoma, be like, yo, let's upstream it up to like, and let's raise some capital to take this to the next level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Things like that, and really pay attention to the new artists that are out there that are growing. You know what I mean? Nebula, the definition of Nebula is where new stars are formed. And that's what we, you know, that's the platform. You know
It's
what I mean?
like being an independent artist, but you're getting that major label attention.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you're signed to a major label and you don't have the attention of, say, you know, whoever, like, you know what I'm saying? At that time, if you sign to LaFace Records, but L.A. Reid ain't riding around in his Benz listening to your music.
It don't even matter.
You know what I'm saying? You sign to Cash Money and
Birdman
and Slim.
they gotta know it.
They, you know, you ain't on the jet with them. You know what I'm saying?
If you ain't on the
It
jet,
might not- you know what I'm
They
saying?
gone? They left?
You can't fly.
You know what I
left?
mean? These guys
Yeah, you
are
stay
these guys
back
are
here,
busy,
bro.
you
You
know what
not
I'm saying? So you're gonna get that attention and that you would if you were signed to a major. Only thing is you own your masters, you own your shit. And if there's something we see that's starting to do a little something that's moving, then, you know, me and Cool will step in and be like, yo, we think you got something here. We down to throw a bag on it. You know what I'm saying? Let's do business.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a very, very smart way to, I guess, participate in a way that it doesn't drain you of your resources,
Yep.
trying to figure out if something is going to connect or not.
Yep.
Because that's definitely the new way. Like everybody's kind of figured out, like, you know, just throwing stuff at the wall at this point is counterproductive.
Yep.
Like we don't have the same budgets like we used to have to just run it up and lose and then run it up again.
Right.
Yeah.
They ain't like that no more. Like spending $500,000 on a video. Oh, we missed that one. Let's spend another $700 on this one. Like I'm $2 million in the hole before I drop it. It was a different business.
Oh yeah.
And now with your platform, it's like with all of this ownership and all of this data, you're able to, your decision making is on a different level now.
Oh yeah, you can really track and see shit.
You can
You know what I'm
track.
saying? And you can help the niggas out, man.
Yeah.
Now, you know, we're not trying to cut nobody out, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, man, if you don't embrace technology, it's gonna finish you.
Listen,
All right?
it's coming, whether you like it or not.
And that's here.
Yeah,
It's
listen,
happening.
We hired a really great staff to run the distribution company, and really smart woman that we put on the team, who's done a couple startups, built a couple startups, and exited at 8-9 figures on a few of them.
Jeez.
She said that if your business does not have AI in the next 3 years, you're finished. It's like having a business with no internet. That's how serious. Listen, I used to sample records. Me and Cool would be flipping through fucking crates of records. Then YouTube. I would be on YouTube for hours, like whatever is similar, you just press, and it's just surfing shit. Now, I go to ChatGPT. Name me 10 obscure funk bands from the 70s. It pull up 10 unknown bands. Name me each band's most popular record at the time. Pulls up the 10 records. I take it, copy, paste, put it in YouTube, listen to it. And one of them records was Lil Wayne's last record we did, Breaking the Bank, was just through ChatGPT searching for music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, nothing against, I'd love to go to a thrift store and search through some records.
There ain't no
Why
stores
not?
open with records like
You know what I'm
Say,
saying? You know,
Especially out here.
Where you going?
you know what I'm saying? But if you relying on that,
Nah.
you gotta
fucked.
adapt with. You gotta embrace.
You got to adapt
embrace
with the technology, man. That's why I think I've always been like the nerd of Cool and Dre. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Like I've always been like on top of the
Cool
tech
had the first iPod in the music industry.
in the music business.
Period.
Period. Like we showed up to studio Daddy's house back in the day with the original 5 gig iPod with the Firewire cable on it. And I was like, yo, plug this up. They're like, what the hell is this?
Niggas didn't know what the fuck that was.
Trust me, plug it up. My man plugged it up. All the beats popped up. They was like, yo, they called people in like, yo, there's some alien technology.
There's some dinosaurs in here. You
You're like, the aliens have arrived. And they're from Miami, and 5 months later, everyone, like, they were working in Miami.
They had a studio booked out
in
and
Miami.
Man,
Everybody had iPods. It was like iPods
I'll never
everywhere.
forget. But you know,
Tell us too about, because we spoke about this off camera, about the business you guys are also setting up and the partnership that you guys have with Airbnb.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, man. The
Yeah.
Airbnb partnership's been super dope. Shout out the whole staff. Shout out the team. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Brian Chesky, Jeff Beecher. Shout out Lala.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Lala made the connection. My cousin Nadia. It's been really dope, man, because you know they really believe in. First of all, that company is a $95 billion company. That's what they're worth
Airbnb?
on the NASDAQ.
Price.
All right. So to be able to even have a relationship with them is a blessing.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's just access. You feel me? Like, and that's something that we've learned over the last couple of years, just doing the things that we've been doing. The access is so important. And if you think somebody from the game gonna make a phone call for you and put you in front of a founder of a company, you fucking crazy. Like, they not doing it. You know what I'm saying? So fortunately, like Lala, to put us and connect us with the founder of Airbnb, that's big. You know what I'm saying? So what we've been doing with them is creating a Cool and Dre experience at our studio, which was one of our better investments. You know what I'm saying? We owned that spot for like the last 14, 15 years. And what it is, it offers people an opportunity to book out the place and experience the studio where Cool and I have been, blessed to make so many records with so many iconic artists. And it's been really good because, they believe, the founder believes that, loneliness is a real epidemic in this country. And he wants to use the Airbnb platform to bring people together. And, like one night we were at the studio and, Tiffany Haddish is there, Busta Rhymes pulls up. There's a up-and-coming artist recording in the main room, and then Tiffany comes in, and Tiffany starts playing her music, and then Busta comes in, and the up-and-coming artist starts playing her music for Busta and Tiffany Haddish in the room, it's community.
And I'm in the kitchen. I'm in the kitchen cooking.
And Cool is chefing up.
Like cooking?
No. How long you here for?
We here till Saturday.
Okay, so we might have to. We'll talk after the show.
Yeah.
Cooking?
Do
No. Real
next level
deal.
vibes.
Because he think he a chef too.
So there it is.
He think he be cooking.
But for real. So I'm in the kitchen cooking. It's like just an amazing vibe that you cannot. You know what I'm saying? Like this is not something that it came together how it came together.
Yeah.
But this is back to what Dre was saying. Like the property with the creativity and all the elements going on is what created that moment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm in there cooking. It's a family affair. Bus is eating. Tiffany has over there eating, and it's just an amazing. Like Busta was like, even Busta was like, yo, son, I love this. Because it's hard to really have a genuine vibe. You know what I'm saying? With people that you really love.
Yeah.
And it was like, so that I understood what the place is there for, to create that type of vibe. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
the confirmation,
The basic unity.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we were talking about Kent Jones earlier. You know what I'm saying? Kent Jones is someone who came through that studio as well. Like, when Cool met him, he was in a situation where he needed somewhere to stay. You know what I'm saying? And Cool opened up the doors to the studio. I was like, yo, bro, you can stay here, man. And Kent Jones was in that studio for a few years. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, he was able to experience, people like a Fat Joe coming in all the time or Queen Latifah coming in. Like he was, exposed to so much
That's a
talent
different type of development.
to know that it's real.
Yeah.
Like, it's right there. Like it's right there. Like I just gotta keep doing what I do. And then they came in, listened to shit he was doing, and it was like, yo, you're gonna be all right, you're gonna be good. Like, that confirmation is real. And I think, like to all music producers, all songwriters, man, the minute that you can get some money and can invest in a piece of property to create your own studio, it's going to be the best thing you ever did in your career. Because it's going to, one, you are now, everybody I want to be a boss, I want to be, all right, great. Run your own studio, you know what I'm saying? And you'll see what comes out of that, you know what I'm saying? Because it creates community and you get a bunch of creatives in one place and everyone is focused on the same thing and the same goal, you can accomplish greatness. You know what I'm saying? We've discovered producers just through our, community, things that we built through certain different platforms. Cool has an IG Live called Beat Talk that he's been doing for years before you see a lot of these other ones. It's no disrespect. Shout out to all y'all.
We was the first out there really
Cool
listening to new artists and reviewing artists.
Reviewing money.
Like I can really say we was the first.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Cool was the first one doing
before
it.
anybody started these little let me listen to your shit vibe. We was really the first
Really
ones.
doing it.
Like 2010 type first.
And
Yeah, on YouTube there's video. We had a platform called Rate Your Demo.
it was
So this is
2010.
MySpace days. RateYourDemo.com. We launched this shit on MySpace. My man was like, yo, let's just launch this shit. My man built out the site. We was charging $4.99 per submission. The first we go live on IG, on MySpace, we got over 100 and some submissions, pages of shit we gotta listen to. I was like, yo, shut this shit down. Shut this down. It's like, but back to like, the times completely different. Back when MySpace was out, there was no like real like, you can go on Instagram and pull up a producer's page and learn how to make beats. So you can go on YouTube and go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Yo, how do I make beats on FL? And there's 100 motherfucking influencers on there. You know, content creators that are gonna show you how to do it. If this wasn't it, so the quality level of music was so terrible that I was like complete torture. I was like, what did we do? But then we started doing it. Me and Dre was like, yo, whenever we're out of town, let's do 10 videos. We'll put it up on the site, 10 videos for $100 a pop, a review. And the minute we'd put that up, sold out, right? So we'd be in LA and $1 million studio and we're playing your song. And we're like, all right, and then we give them a review on what they thought. But we would send them the video and then they would put it on their little social media platforms. But through that, we were able to fine tune our ears so crazy that when we hear shit, especially now with the Beat Talk platform, the quality of the music is so much better now. Because there's like sample packs that you can buy from other producers. There's musicians making piano melodies.
Bro, you also got mix engineers doing full out seminars
exactly.
and showing
so
you
the tools, so much tools out there now. So the level of quality is a lot. It's 100 times so much better. So we've been able to discover.
We discovered guys that's gone on a producer 808 Ray.
We have 3 producers that are all Grammy nominated. One has won a Grammy. Like these are all through Instagram platform that we started. You know what I'm saying? So
I love the fact that you guys have created platforms to be a platform. And to be a launching pad for others. And the things that you guys have done have not just been about you. It's really been about, like you said, community. And what you guys have given back to our community, bro. And that's why we're so adamant about having y'all on our platform and our podcast, because y'all deserve these flowers, bro. Y'all deserve to be celebrated. And, you know, we've watched it and we've been a part of it. You know what I mean? Like we had a record together when I had my deal at J Records. We had the Church Girl record together. You know what I'm saying? That's another one that, you know, you haven't worked with them and I have.
Record that we did. Yo, that slow record we did, Jay, was crazy too. Now, I don't remember where I was the other day. A couple weeks ago, I shit popped up on one of my older computers. I was like, yo, we just need to put that out. Remember the record?
Up. I think y'all did What's Up.
The slow record, right?
Yeah,
that record.
Yeah.
Bro, that record was amazing.
So you need a Cool Dre record, brother.
That's done.
I don't know what you be doing in Miami, man, but it ain't music. You hear me?
I do. It's like half, or it's like strip club.
Oh, you gotta live that
Prime.
Hey, Tank be going
Enjoy,
to eat.
enjoy,
a little
bro.
bit
And he be jogging up and down Ocean.
I ain't mad at
It's
it.
Equinox. It's running.
Do some damn music, man.
Enjoy
mad
it.
at you.
Cool Dre is here.
It's the second time you got a song with somebody I ain't got a song with. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna fix this shit. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Man.
but we did you do anything with Game on work? Didn't you? What songs have you worked with Game?
I'm on
before?
what's the name with Kendrick? See No Evil.
And that's on the which was that on? You know which album that was on? See No Evil was on Jesus Piece, right?
I'm pretty sure.
I remember you in the studio.
Yeah.
We executive.
We was at
produced that whole album.
we did it in we did it at Chalice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was around that time.
Yeah.
See, so we have worked.
Nope. It wasn't their record though. They executive produced the album, but that wasn't.
Yeah, I don't
You
think
need
we
a
did
Cool
that,
Dre
But
record.
no, we gotta do. That's too easy.
Yeah, you make
It's
records.
too easy.
Why you sitting like that?
You make records.
I don't like your style. I don't like your attitude.
No, that's too easy.
Yeah, no, it's gotta happen. It has to happen.
Pulling my keyboard that y'all was talking about earlier.
Nah, that keyboard's serious.
That keyboard is serious.
That's that new wave.
That y'all don't think is.
You know what I mean?
Hold on, let me get to my.
Tank, all them damn muscles, you should have just picked up a grand piano and walked it upstairs, man.
Wouldn't be the same.
Come on with it.
I ain't got no sustain pedal either, so that's that you know I'm really working this shit.
Sir.
Cool and Dre, you've been part of historical moments,
Yes, they have.
and now the people Wanna know if you know your history.
Come on.
Out of all the songs you've heard, and out of all the tunes you've sampled, what is your top 5? Your top 5.
Come on.
Top 5. Your top 5. R&B Singers.
Oh, wow.
R&B Songs.
Oh, wow.
We've got to know, you've got to show how many cars and how many boats. Your top 5. Yes. Yeah. Now, top 5. Your top 5.
Oh, yeah. That's serious.
How many cars? How many boats?
Man, top 5 R&B singers.
Top 5.
All time?
All time.
Time.
Wow.
Ooh, Lord.
All time.
Man, I'm gonna go with my favorite. All right? It's not even about them being like my favorite top 5. D'Angelo is gonna be the first one I say.
Yeah. Yeah. Come on.
Because
Yes.
his harmonies are incredible. His falsetto is unbelievable.
He's D'Angelo.
You know, the first album that shout out Kedar Massenberg.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Kedar, you don't get enough flowers for
Man.
what you did in 1996.
Eesh.
You gave us a Brown Sugar album, a classic, and followed it up with Baduism. Africa Badu. That's all you had to do,
That's
brother.
it. That's
Every
it.
time we see Kadar, we
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's all you had to
Yeah.
do. So that Brown Sugar album impacted me like in another way. So I would put D'Angelo number 1. The second person I'm gonna put, and don't even play with it when I say the name, don't even play, is gonna be Prince.
Yeah.
And if you got a problem with it,
You out here threatening niggas
if you
about
got a
Prince.
problem with it, play Diamonds and Pearls. Because I know y'all want to be, what you the Let's Go Crazy, which is a classic. Play Diamonds and Pearls. All right? If not, Until the, play that one.
Yeah.
And we talking about a guy that has every octave. That's why I'm saying play Diamonds and Pearls, so you can hear him hit the bass note and then go all the way up to soprano 1.
Talk to
For
him.
all of you people who don't know what a soprano 1 is,
Talk to him. Teach him.
that's the female in the choir that sings the highest. Then there's soprano 2. Then there's alto 1.
Break it down.
I was an alto 2. I was a tenor 1/alto 2.
Oh, you had
That's
range.
How high my
You had
voice
range,
was.
brother.
Speak that language.
My natural voice was on par to where I could sing After 7, Ready or Not, at the very end, where my man, oh, everything is not, in my natural,
No, you
with
couldn't.
with my arms back
That's when we
folded,
were singing for high
drinking a quarter water like it was nothing. So shout out those guys too. But Prince, D'Angelo, another guy that doesn't get the credit he's supposed to get as a singer, his name is Joe.
Shit. Yes, sir.
Okay? If you have a problem with that one, listen to Baby, I Wanna Do All of... He has a riff that I've tried to copy to this day. I can't do it. When he goes, ow.
Oh, yeah.
You know what
That's crazy.
Joe,
Easy.
unbelievable
Yeah.
voice.
Still to this day.
My nigga. That's 3. I gotta throw some women in here too, right? But it's like, damn, you gotta have 5 men, 5 women. All right, so those 3. The next R&B singer I would put, I love MJ because MJ's voice is so pure. And if you watch the little documentary they put out the other day on We Are the World, and you watch them outtakes, don't play with Michael
Watch him
Jackson.
kick everybody's ass.
Yeah.
Bro,
You guys go enjoy your awards.
You know what? Michael
Then come
Jackson.
get this work.
Yeah,
I'll
you
put
talk
Michael
about
Jackson on.
perfect.
Yeah, you gotta put him in.
I'll put Michael
Jesus
Jackson on there.
Christ.
I just, you know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. That just go back to when he was 6 years old singing. Like,
Man.
killing grown men, right? All right, so MJ. And then last but not least, man, Wanye was a beast.
Wanye is a
You know what's crazy
monster.
about Wanye? Wanye is a beast. But over the years, I've started to really, really, really appreciate them runs that Sean Stockwell was getting off of.
Oh,
That
come on, man.
That man was a wizard.
a scientist.
With Sean
He's a
Stockwell, them
magician.
runs that guy was. I mean, we always, Wanye always kicked the door down at the end.
Yes.
But man, that boy Sean Stockman got
He's
them
serious.
runs.
His
No,
placement
He's
with the
serious.
runs, too, was just,
He's
oh,
serious.
you snuck that in there?
man, crazy. So last, I'm gonna throw a female in there. I'm gonna say a name, and you all know it. But the reason I'm saying this name is because we worked with her when she was 15 years old, and I never heard a 15-year-old, 16-year-old girl sound like this. In fact, we did a record for her when she was signed to Jive Records.
I know.
But Barry Weiss, shout out Barry Weiss. I know his son. Well, I don't know him, but I met his son, so I ain't gonna say nothing crazy. So we ended up giving the record to Christina Milian. It's called Say I, and Christina killed it too. You know what I'm saying? But the original of that was sung by a female named Jasmine Sullivan.
Sheesh.
And
The original of that shit is vicious.
I can only imagine.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like when me and Cool heard her for the first time, we started championing her. We ain't never
She was
seen
sitting on
no
a
shit
stool.
like
Right.
that.
And I ain't never seen nobody sitting down singing like that.
So those are my 5, Jasmine Sullivan, Prince, MJ, D'Angelo, and Joe. And then just for, I just want to highlight this guy because he doesn't I don't think anyone remembers him. But he was a background singer from Mariah Carey. And I don't know if you remember it, you and I will make
Of course.
it. That
Absolutely.
boy was a fucking problem. I
Problem.
don't know what happened to him.
Yeah.
I remember you.
I remember you.
Where you at?
I remember him doing that live.
Live.
Yeah.
He was a beast, like a motherfucker. So those are my 5
Yeah,
singers.
that's an amazing list. That's an amazing list.
Ain't gonna top that.
Off rip number 5 for me. I'm an old soul at heart. You know what I'm saying? I would go Donny Hathaway.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta do
Donny
it.
Hathaway just
Yeah.
when that come on, it just resonates.
Life-changing.
It resonates with your bloodstream.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Donny Hathaway. That I love you. When that shit come on.
Yeah.
Number 4, Luther. That shit was like honey over the beat.
Cleanliness next
that
to
Luther
godliness.
come in, it's just
Yeah.
personal favorite. I gotta put Lauryn Hill in there.
There you got to. I ain't mad at you.
Cause
Y'all
she
eating
just ain't give us enough.
Y'all eating today.
And that one album was just like, you play it today and it's like,
I mean, she doesn't get the
Perfection.
credit for being the artist that, as a MC, was at the very top of the MC class, and as a singer, made
See,
you forget she was
forget,
even an MC.
forget the rapper. The rapper was secondary.
Because, fuck. And by the way, she's on the big screen too. She was acting
Talk
too.
the talk.
You know what I'm saying? So I think she's a blueprint that sometimes people forget. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she just, when that voice come on, it's just something about that tone.
Yeah.
And when she get to singing some of them.
And her son, YG Marley's got a
Shout out. Her son first single is
He's out
monster record.
Shout out.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That lineage though, the Marley and the
And
Lauryn Hill, is a come
shout
on.
out Ro
Good
Marley.
blend.
Like,
It's a
It's a good blend.
no, congratulations on that.
Number 2, I would have to say MJ as well. You know what I'm saying? Michael Jackson for sure. Just too many. There's just too much.
Yeah.
The voice was just immaculate. And then, you know, when you started like seeing some of all the songs he was just writing on his little recorder,
Yeah.
beatboxing the whole hit.
That nigga different.
Preparing to take over the
Yeah,
world.
now beatboxing the whole hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he different. He different.
Man was an alien.
Yeah.
And one of my personal favorites for my number 1, I would have to say Marvin Gaye.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's no way you
saying?
just
Marvin Gaye. We had the honor of working in the studio, like Jay said, with Mary, and they have this painting. Have you been there?
Where?
In Marvin Gaye's studio?
No.
So it's in Sunset, and there's a painting on the wall. It's like 10 feet by like 6 feet, and the painting comes with a book. And the book, each portion of the painting, the book explains the part of his life. You know what I'm saying? And as I was going through the book, you know, you see on there, like, from the moment he passed away, you know what I'm saying? From the moment he was killed. But you see on there, like, all the stages of his life. Like, he was the first guy to get $1 million check from Berry Gordy. It was on there, like the actual check, you know what I'm saying? And
A milli back then.
a milli back then.
Sheesh.
It was like, so, you know, just that experience of you felt his energy in there, you know what I'm saying? And but yeah, that's my top 5, man. Marvin definitely, you know, he's a
top
GOAT.
5.
He's a GOAT.
Yeah.
Great top 5.
Top 5 R&B songs.
Man. All right, so the first one that comes to mind is All I Do Is Think of You. It's like
Whose version?
Who's about to say that?
a fucking troop, right? That's the only version, yeah.
No.
No, I'm saying that's
The
only one
original.
that-
okay,
No,
okay.
No, the original.
Yeah, like that's
Because
that one.
okay, all
Hey,
right,
listen,
all right, because you know that
You know,
it's
I'll tell
Jackson's fans out here that's
Oh,
gonna be on your
okay.
ass, man.
I love y'all.
I love
You know what I
y'all,
mean?
but
I wasn't around.
but Chucky Booker.
Not to say that even means anything, but no, just I can't wait to get to school each day. Oh my God!
Like-
You know, I'll tell you a funny story. We had a meeting with L.A. Reid a couple years back, and you know, he was talking this and that, and out of nowhere, I told him, I said, "Yo, man, how'd you feel about that Boyz II Men on Bended Knee? Like, you know what I'm saying? How'd you feel about them taking Sweet November, the record you produced for Troop?" And he looked at me, he goes, "No one's ever asked me that question, ever." I was like, "It's the same record, right?" And then he goes, "You fucking right, it's the same song. Fucking Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis took that shit, but you know, we looked up to him, this and that. So if you ever listen to Troop, Sweet November, you know that song, you gotta know Sweet November
course.
from Troop.
Yeah.
Baby,
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah.
Go listen to that and then go listen. Can we go back to the days our love was strong?
No way.
No, it's the same song.
No, it's the same song.
So the first song would be Troop. The second song would be Boyz II Men by New Edition.
Ooh. It's one of my favorite songs.
Which one?
Boyz II Men
Oh.
from New Edition. Oh my God. Oh my God.
That song reminds me of going to see New Edition, going to see the Any Heartbreak tour.
Man, I love
Kills
that
me.
song.
Yeah.
I love that song. So I want to say Spread My Wings so bad, but we already got a troop in there. I would say Lady from D'Angelo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We sample that for Game. Okay, another R&B song. Man, I got to get a Jodeci in there. So many Jodecis. I would say Jodeci lately live version, MTV Unplugged.
Yeah.
When Casey and JoJo did that live.
You can do that. You can do that.
Not Jodeci on Martin.
We could be. It could be.
That was crazy. So I think that's one of the greatest Stevie Wonder covers / flips ever. And I think it was dope for them because they wanted to show niggas like, yo, take us seriously. Like, you know, we make all these other records which you love, but they did that lately was just like, just the way that Casey came in, like the way he came in with that was crazy. All right, so that record, one more R&B song. I would say, fuck man, so much, man. Damn, 5. Yo. Man, so much, man. Fuck. All right, I gotta say, Guy, Piece of My Love.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was gonna go Shy Comforter, but I'm like, I like that song, but I don't
Comforter's
love
crazy.
it like Guy. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
Piece of
that
My
guy,
Love
like,
is-
oh my gosh. You know what I'm saying? So those are my 5.
Every musician knows how to play that bass line.
Oh, my
Okay.
God.
Even if you didn't know how to play piano, you know how to play that bass line.
Yo, shout out to Teddy Riley too.
Teddy.
Like all them records he was doing, like, you know, he was the future.
Monster. Yeah.
He was the future.
This was
What you got?
I had to just do because it's like shit that when I hear it, it's just like I can play this shit on repeat
All day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Certain songs, man, like I said, like one that's like a sleeper, that is like when this shit come on, it's just the mood, it's just a vibe. You put this shit on with the right ambiance, and one of my favorite is Prince, Insatiable.
Oh man.
There's something happening.
Man.
Something,
That shit
something-
come on,
Something happening.
when that shit come on,
I'm leaving here with something.
Yeah.
Something,
100%. 100%.
Here go Denzel Jr.
That's
Jr.
a
again.
good one.
something
it's
happening.
just because you don't hear that song. That's one of them Prince songs you don't hear a lot.
Yeah, they're not gonna play it on the radio.
Yo, that's a movie
When
song.
that shit come on, that shit is a movie.
It's Mr. Nasty Time.
Yeah, man.
I promise you it is.
100%.
Sheesh.
It's like the
That's a good
production on that.
Oh, it's pristine.
Yeah.
No.
Pristine.
Just you ain't never hear a vibe like that. You know what I'm saying? Like another one that's like when this shit come on, and it's How Does It Feel, D'Angelo.
I see where you going. I see what you like
Oh,
to
nah,
do.
yeah.
He
nah,
making
nah.
he making a sex tape.
Yeah, I know. I
Nah,
see
he
what he
making
like to
babies.
do.
Sex
Got a
Tape
couple
Volume
kids.
1.
I think he giving us all the songs he made his babies too. I like going deep.
All right. And these are just songs that not only resonate with me, but resonate with y'all clearly. You know what I'm
You
saying?
better believe it. You better believe it.
For sure.
This production on this record was what you call minimalistic and what you call the perfect soundscape for the vocal. And it's called Less is More. Donnell Jones, Where I Want to Be.
That's a good one.
When that guitar come on and them percussions start, boy,
Left my
that
baby girl a
fucking
message.
chimes come on that shit.
Said I wouldn't be coming home.
No.
It just prepares your heart for ministry. as soon as the music, it prepares you.
But it wasn't ministry; it was malice.
Well, yeah, but it's just,
Man, imagine being that girl that had to hear that message.
No, that's a good.
I mean, that record when it comes, it don't matter when that record comes on, you catching a vibe.
She's crying her heart to me.
No, for sure.
You catching a vibe.
For sure.
yeah.
Them three right there. Okay. Number two. Let's see here. There you go. Quincy Jones, Barry White, and them.
Oh wow.
Secret Garden.
You acting up. I'm about to go make this list
Secret Garden.
and call my wife. What you got on?
Take good care. When that Barry came in, see,
I got this cool list I want to play.
that Secret Garden was vicious.
That's what a man's supposed to do. That's what a man is supposed to do.
Yeah.
And now
That
be
Secret
there for
Garden?
you all the
That
time.
was different.
Sheesh.
Nah, that's a good one.
And then this is another one. Whenever this shit come on, it's called Timeless Vibes. Michael Jackson, Human Nature.
Oh no, that's
Yeah,
just,
I mean,
that's
yeah,
it. That's
yeah.
that's a special
Yeah.
degler.
And that shit, it don't matter what setting,
It's a
what's
special
going on.
degler.
That shit
Yeah.
come on. It's called. Let me
Special
listen to this.
degler.
Yeah.
Special degler. If you ever in New York City and you staying in the city, you in Manhattan, and you got a room with a nice big window or window whatever at night, open up the windows and just look down at the city, look at the skyline, and play Human Nature. You know what I'm saying? And if you're fortunate, you got you a nice vibe in the spot.
Some soft
You know what I'm
feet, it'll
saying?
definitely
Drink a
make
little
it,
this, you know what I mean?
A candle and some
You know what I
soft feet.
mean?
Yeah,
You know what I'm
Shoulder
saying?
rub.
Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
God.
Yeah.
I love Human Nature. You know, just a notable, I would say, for me, like that Blackstreet, before I let you go. Like, you know, David Hollister is another
He's a
underrated.
monster.
He's
So many
cold
great
at a
records.
Monster,
motherfucker.
yeah.
And him and KC and them was related, right? They were
Yeah,
like
they're cousins.
Yeah, they cousins.
Along with Fantasia.
Along with Fantasia.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. We really fortunate, man, to be.
Well,
You know what I'm saying? In the industry with so many greats.
we lived in a time,
yeah,
bro.
so many greats.
Oh yeah, I feel like it's coming back though.
Oh, it
I
is
feel
back.
Like you know what it is.
Yeah.
I really feel like it's coming back, and I think that just because with hip hop now, so heavenly, so give thanks to the Most High, so heavily auto tune out right now. Ain't no wrong with it. It's it's the vibe. We're so accustomed to like everyone singing now that people now are looking for another level of singing. You know what I'm saying? Looking for, you know, a little bit more vocal exercise as
Real
a
vocals.
singer.
They're looking for
You know
the
what I'm saying?
feeling
Yeah.
Feeling.
in
Yeah.
the vocal.
Yeah,
that the vibe has stolen from like the chasing the vibe in a sense. But like you said, nothing wrong with it. You have to conform. Chasing the vibe has somewhat taken away from the spirit of what's organic
Yeah.
about a real singer.
Yeah, but what's good though, what the good part about it is that since everybody's singing now, you know, the ears are now accustomed to that and they want more. So it opens up the window for like vocalists who, you know, coming out the church.
Yeah.
You know, that's you know, we missing a lot. That's why, you know, salute to Money Long and B Concepts
Money.
fam. You know, shout out Jermaine Dupri. I think that record is an important record. Like another record that I felt was really important too was the LMA record, the Boot Up.
Boot Up record.
Just traditional R&B.
R&B jam.
Yeah, and even the Coco Jones
R&B
record.
jam.
Shout out D-Mile. D-Mile, he's like,
Yeah, it's just
Kid's
like,
Prom on R&B
you know what I'm
shit.
saying? Like there's, I think that we're gonna see that in the next, you know,
Camper
2
did
3 years.
The The ICU record.
Yeah,
For
but
Coco.
I know he did that, but that damn, he got that like the shit he's doing with like Victoria Monet.
Victoria
Yeah,
Monet.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
The
yeah.
shit
Oh,
he
yeah.
did with like Soul Sonic and all that, like he got that pocket. You know what I'm saying? That pocket is that.
Hey, you
Resonated.
know, I've been listening to Thundercat too, man.
Yeah, he always been.
This shit is fire. You know what
Nah,
I'm
it's
saying?
some dope artists that are out there. I don't even subscribe to the argument of R&B is dead
No.
or it ain't the same. And no. It's what they're on, and they're doing a hell of a job.
Yeah.
It's not about you trying to be Jodeci or Boyz II Men or Tony Braxton. It's about you being Jasmine Sullivan, Summer Walker, Daniel Caesar.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Friday.
Yeah, Friday's killing.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's about you being in the new space of where the younger artists are interpreting the R&B they see and feel.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, they're doing an amazing job. Money Long, Victoria Monet, you know what I'm saying? Kehlani.
Yeah.
Like they're fucking killing shit. You know what I mean?
so.
Like this.
Mary's.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Mary's new.
It always
group.
comes back to the essence.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like Mary's got the new the
One more.
Wanye's kids.
Yeah, one more.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
it's I
So
feel
y'all
it
know, hold on.
coming
So y'all
back.
know all their names is Wanye, right?
Yeah, you know Wanye is our brother.
Well, yeah.
Like,
Oh, so there it
yeah.
is.
I ain't know all four of the sons.
Well,
He named it.
yeah.
I said, boy, Wanye
Yeah.
real G, boy. Yo, Wanye one, Wanye two,
Wanye. Everybody got a nickname.
and they could all sing.
Jesus.
Cold blooded. The sisters
That
too.
cloth is crazy.
The sisters can too.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Here we go. Let's make an R&B Voltron. From you guys, we're gonna make a super R&B artist. All right, we're gonna break this up, okay? Who you gonna get the vocal from to make your super artist? Who you gonna get the performance style for your super artist? Who you gonna get the styling from for your super artist? Who you gonna get the passion from for your super artist? And then between the both of you, you're gonna figure out who's gonna produce for this artist. Who are you getting the vocal from, brother?
This is a solo artist.
No, you're making a
artist.
Voltron, a
So
super
it's
artist.
one
Super artist.
So
Okay, got
you.
one
Super
artist per
artist.
category.
Got
Yeah.
it.
Man, I need somebody that's gonna be able to do up tempos too. Gotta be able to perform ballads and kill it, but you gotta be able to float
Yeah.
on them up tempos.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Wow. Man, that's a tough one. I'm gonna go with wow. I'm gonna go with Beyonce because she could float on them up tempos,
Power ballad,
She got
everything.
a pocket out of this world.
Yeah.
And on
That's
them
serious.
ballads, she gonna kill it.
She gonna body anything.
Her harmonies are gonna be out of control,
And she'll rap if she need to.
and she gonna rap. You gonna get everything out of that. So Beyonce gonna be the vocal.
Sir, who you getting the performance style from on stage?
Let's see. I mean, shit. I ain't gonna lie. So it's got to be a different artist, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
I know.
former
all right.
Voltron.
I mean, if you
Or it
want-
can be, or listen, it don't have
I mean,
to be.
I'm just saying. I mean,
It don't have to be
I mean,
Performance, like
Yeah,
who's the
yeah,
illest
on
yeah.
performer?
stage. It don't, listen.
It's only one answer for the performer.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Michael
So you
Jackson.
can't
Performer,
explain it.
so Beyonce voice Michael Jackson.
Yeah, that's
performance.
gonna be y'all
Only-
stadiums.
It's only one way. So what's the
styling.
The styling, meaning like what the swag?
Yeah,
style?
yeah.
Yeah, the clothes, the whole vibe.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
The costume of the artist.
Okay. So it's the it's not like the attitude.
No,
Yeah, it's the
Oh,
clothing.
it's the clothing.
Yeah.
Style,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I thought you were saying attitude. I was gonna tell you Bobby Brown. Fuck it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm gonna be walking in that bitch picking a. How about the helicopter? Like that
Oh
nigga
shit! And I know you're getting bored.
Oh my God. You know that I was performing that song. Anyway, that's another
Wait,
story.
what?
No, like they couldn't get him to perform. Shout out Bobby Brown. He couldn't do the performance.
You was
so
performing Thug Lovin'?
I was performing with Thug Lovin'. We did it for New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
With
Forgot what year it was.
Oh, bro, it has to be on YouTube.
Yeah, it's with Clark, Dick Clark.
Oh, I have to find this.
Oh no,
Yeah, it was with Ja Rule was the
Are you
biggest
doing
thing.
the moves though?
No, I ain't doing the moves, but I was singing. You know, they just trying to sign me as a singer. All right, so it ain't the swag. It's the clothing, the style.
yeah.
Man,
Who putting that shit on?
man, it's so many different ways. Like, you know, Prince was a cold motherfucker, dog.
Super cold.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the style, like he was cold blooded. You know, cold blooded. You know, KC was cold blooded too. Just, you know what I'm saying, the leather, the hat to the back. But for style, I'm gonna go Prince because he was out
Yeah.
of control.
Yeah.
He was out of
Iconic.
control. He was out of control.
You know when somebody's dressed like Prince. You know it.
it's
Yes.
out of control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The passion of the artist.
Yeah, nah.
The heart of the artist, my brother.
That man even
Who
had
mean it?
the matching guitars.
Yeah.
to match the
Everything.
outfits.
Everything.
Yeah. Who means it out here? The passion of the artist is yours.
Like passion, you mean like in what sense? Like
When they're performing.
The heart of the artist in terms
Oh,
of, you
the
know.
heart, yeah, the passion. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
so we got Beyonce, MJ,
And Prince.
Prince.
It's got to be a singer, right?
Not
No.
technically.
Not technically.
Passion,
It's
Who got the most
There's
passion?
only one answer for this.
Tupac.
Tupac. There's only one answer. Tupac.
You gotta go
It's
Tupac.
Tupac, nigga.
The passion.
Oh
Different
my
type of
God.
passion.
Talk about mint it.
Oh my God.
Every word.
Can you imagine that person walking in?
Oh my God. I
Dressed
can't
like
imagine
Prince.
him walking. That
Just
person.
like Prince.
Attitude like Pac.
Hey.
In the
Singing
stage
like
play.
Prince. And
And
then
stage,
Beyonce
stage
singing
performance
like
like,
Beyonce,
Michael
stage-
Jackson.
MJ, that's a
Oh, no, that's a
scary.
Bro, they selling like 10 million the first week. You kidding me?
Nah,
we
that's
bringing
ill.
we bringing back CDs, tapes, and
Man.
vinyl and streaming
Physical copies.
for this release.
Oh shit.
And for
We
you
shipping
real
a
old
million
timers,
copies
we got
first
108 tracks available for $1,000 each. All right, between the both of you, who's producing for this artist?
Man. Only one producer?
Yeah, it has to be one producer that's like the
For you guys, it's
they're
the
over,
two,
you know, our production team or whatever. Like,
or the
yeah.
team, or the who's going to do that?
I'd want that's crazy. I'd want Devontae Swing in his prime. I gotta get Devontae Swing in his prime. Like I gotta hear him do a freaking you. Like I gotta hear like, girl, I keep on falling.
You better stop it. You
I
better
did it,
stop
yo,
it.
like,
I'm with
Boy, you better,
Devontae
I was in
Swing.
Virginia with it too in my thought process. You know what I'm saying? Because I was veering towards Timbaland on that Aaliyah album where he just changed the whole
groundbreaking,
game.
yeah.
Change the game.
Changed the whole game.
That
But
album taught me
I'm
how to
with-
write
I'm-
songs.
Yeah, I'm with you on that Devontae for sure.
It's like
Because he gave you the ups, he gave you the mids, and he gave you the fucking.
Devontae has not been at any moment
Duplicate.
reproduced.
Yep.
Yeah, no, because you're gonna besides the music, you're gonna get that motherfucking Roger Troutman. He gonna sing with that motherfucker too. You gonna get that robot, that vocoder, and that motherfucker
Man,
too.
his
in the
analog
background.
game's so crazy. I mean, 15, 20 keyboards all MIDI together, and then he's playing the guitar, and then is this the MPC and the SP. Like he's it's all like all of that. You can't recreate that. I try, but it's not Devontae. It ain't Ralph.
Right.
It's just Div.
It ain't right. It's not it. It's not Ralph.
Yeah, that's it, man.
It's just an appreciation of it.
Yeah.
Devontae in his prime was a god.
Nah, it's something different. Like it's something like we would study those Jodeci harmonies.
Transitions and the harmonies.
The harmonies we would study. them
harmonies alone.
motherfuckers.
I told somebody earlier today, I was like, you can pick out the notes, right? You can even re-sing the notes, but you can't recreate JoJo and KC.
Can't.
Those tones.
That sustained harmony on stay. When that harmony on that is so crazy. It's so so Devontae Swing for sure would be the producer.
That's a hell of an artist.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Come on, what else you got for him?
you know. Think I ain't got it.
Come on, play your grand piano, man.
This little machine got it. Let me go to grand piano too. Yeah. Hey, nobody. I ain't saying no names. Hey, I ain't saying no names. I ain't saying no names. I ain't saying no name. Where we was, who you was with, what you did. Don't say shit. I ain't saying no names.
That's crazy. Yo, before you do anything, what's the kid's name that's got the outrageous voice? His natural is he
the
hits
new kid,
notes.
what's his name?
You was on stage singing with him.
Avery Wilson.
That motherfucker
Serious.
colder than a motherfucker.
Avery
Serious.
Wilson.
That motherfucker cold as fuck. Not too many niggas
No
can do that. Tevin
games.
Campbell, that's a cold-blooded.
He's not playing no game.
Listen, on demand.
Yeah,
Listen,
vocal monster.
That nigga was singing some shit, and it popped up on my TikTok. And my TikTok is usually aliens and all kind of Joe Rogan. And I scrolled up, and that nigga was singing the Tevin Campbell. No one. And I just sat there and just listened
In
to
his
this.
chest.
I said, what?
With extra sauce on it.
And you know, the algorithm catches you if you watch something long enough.
Yeah.
So he just started flooding my shit. And then I seen you and him on stage, right? Yeah, I was going out. I was like, yo, this thing, him. And Wanye was on stage with him from Boyz II Men.
Yeah.
They did some.
they did something.
Yeah.
And
And
he
I
was
was-
singing the Wanye shit, and I was like, oh no. this
And,
guy-
and you know, Wanye ain't folding. You know what I'm saying? He ain't folding. But the Avery Wilson was giving him a run for his money, boy.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, okay, I didn't want to
monster
throw you off.
joke.
I just want to
No, we got to shout him out.
Yeah.
cold-blooded.
Yeah, that brother's special.
Cold-blooded.
But you know, we've come to this moment. We've come to this
sir.
moment.
Talk
man.
to him.
You know,
Talk to
my
him.
brothers are here, and you know, we gotta have some, you know, some good times, right? So we got this segment of the show. It's called I Ain't Saying No Names.
Hey.
Where y'all tell us a story, our stories, funny or fucked up, or funny and fucked up. But the only rule to the game is you just can't say no names. So I need Cool and Dre's journey in the times, in the life and times.
Life and time.
Miami's own.
Miami's on.
I ain't saying no names.
All right, so I ain't saying no names, but this is early in me and Cool's career. We were in New York, and like we were saying earlier, you know what I'm saying, we were buzzing without any hit. You know what I'm saying? We were just buzzing off of the placements. We didn't even know what a placement was. I just learned the word is placement like 3 years ago. We just hustled. You know what I'm saying? We making music with niggas we fuck with, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the young kids just, y'all got a placement? I'm like, the fuck you talking about placement? Anyway, so we in the studio, we're working with an artist who's also is known for something else and very popular, very big. But this person also is taking a stab at being an artist and is on an iconic collaboration song that's iconic, all right? So we're working with this artist. We do a record, and we want to get the feature on the record. So this artist has this particular artist in mind because this artist was like, had a buzz around them. It had a big single. So they booked the artist to come to the studio to do the
He started laughing immediately.
Nah, this shit here.
I'm laughing so hard about the past. I swear,
Nah,
the
this shit
blood
is
just
legend.
rushed to my
This shit
brain
is
so
legend.
legend. I literally right now just nearly passed out. I swear to God. Oh my God. I
Can't
nearly
make this
passed
one
out
up.
on y'all
Can't
shit.
make
That
this
shit was gonna go viral. Yo, wow. Damn. My nigga. They booked the session. So the artist is in the studio the feature artist is in the control room, learning the parts and everything. Now, the main artist who we produced the record for pulls up to the studio. It's their session.
Yeah.
So they go in, say what's up, sits down, and the energy in the room is not like popping like that. You know what I'm saying? So the engineer, the feature artist tells the engineer to tell the main artist, hey, can you wait in the lounge? You know, they're catching a vibe and, you know, want their own space. You know what I'm saying? So the main artist is like, hey, no, it's no problem.
We respect that.
I respect that. I'm like, shit, I don't want to get it done. I don't want to bother
For the sake
him.
of the record.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to bother. So the lounge is next door, literally. Like, you know, you walk out the control room, the lounge is there. Main artist sits on the sofa, turns on the TV low. 10 minutes. Nobody comes in, nobody comes out. 10 minutes go by. The engineer opens up the door, goes to the main artist and says, hey, so, you know, they're not feeling like really comfortable. Like, they want you to know, wait downstairs in the lobby if it's cool. So the main artist is like, I'm in the lounge. I'm in the lounge. I'm not bothering anybody.
It's just me.
It's just me. You know, I can't. They just asked if you could wait downstairs. So the artist's like, fuck it. I'll go downstairs. Shit, it's my session. Fuck it. Goes down the stairs, turns the corner, goes sits in the lounge of the studio by the front door. Like, this is a very, very popular artist. So anybody walking in that front door, it's stress, it's pressure.
Yeah.
Oh shit, let me get a picture.
Yeah.
About 40 minutes go by. The engineer walks down the stairs.
Get the fuck out of here.
No way. No way. Nah. I know
There's no way.
I know this is not about to happen.
There's no way.
I'm telling you, this shit here, you can't make it up.
The engineer walks down the stairs and goes to the artist and said, look, they're in the booth. They're trying to get it done. They asked me to see if you were still downstairs. So the artist's like, oh, okay, they want me to come up? No. Can you wait outside?
What the fuck is
They just fucking with him.
Perhaps in your car,
Come on, bro.
No.
outside
the
the
artist goes,
the building.
Are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck? You want me to wait outside the fucking studio, man? Fuck, what the fuck? I don't know what to tell you. Like, they asked me to see if you were down there, and if you're down there, that's why they can't get it done. So,
That's why they can't
down there? That's why they
yo,
can't get it done.
artist goes into the truck, into their car, what have you, sits in there.
They stressing now. They like hot. Like,
an hour later passes, they see the artist leave the studio, jump in the SUV, and drive off. So they're like, fuck, thank God, let's go listen to what the fuck. You know, it's been like 3 hours, whatnot. They go upstairs. All right, let me hear what let me hear what they did. The engineer goes, they weren't really feeling the song, so they didn't do nothing.
No!
bruh, this shit, you can't make it up.
Yeah.
We heard this story.
Yo.
Me and Dre was crying. And we said, yo, this is a
We
story.
said, this is exaggeration, right? The engineer was right there. He said, nah, I witnessed it. I played a role in it. Like,
I played a role in it.
like
What?
I don't know what the fuck just happened. But that's a story that's like
Real
to
deal.
this day, there's one of the illest shit I've
Nah,
ever
you pulled
seen
that
done.
one out. I wasn't even thinking that, but damn, that was a good one.
Yo, my
That
nigga.
was
Jeez.
great.
Nah, Illmatic. That shit was the illest shit
Nah.
ever. So that's the story.
He wasn't feeling the song.
Ain't saying no names.
And,
Out, man.
like, man,
Never.
The person who was the artist gonna see this, they're gonna bust out laughing.
Oh, yeah,
they're
yeah,
gonna hit
yeah,
us
yeah.
like, yo, y'all some assholes.
I will be looking for that artist.
I'm gonna be looking in the comments.
Nah.
I'm looking for the comment. I was there.
Nah,
Right.
Never seen no shit like that. That's one of the illest shit that I never seen nothing like that ever.
Yeah.
Nah, so there you go.
Well, my brothers, Cool and Dre. Again, man, we first of all, we can't thank you enough, man, for taking your time out and coming up here and just, giving us an opportunity to give you your flowers, man, and giving our community an opportunity, man, to just hear the journey, man, hear the mountaintops, hear the valleys, lows, man, and hear how you've come out on the other side of all of those things into some really, really great things, man. We're proud of you, man. Like,
Appreciate you, brother.
we
Appreciate y'all,
look
man.
at you and see you like, okay.
Appreciate it.
All
We're
right.
big fans of the podcast.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm
Thank
saying?
you.
Yeah,
You guys
yeah.
are killing it. I'll be singing harmony with y'all niggas. Y'all can't hear me. But I'm at the crib singing with y'all niggas.
Yeah.
Oh, now
You know
that
what
I
I'm
know,
saying?
don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. We're gonna need a
I'm ready.
feature.
I'm ready.
And we get these
ready.
records done.
Nah, I'm ready.
ready.
I'm stay ready.
Yeah, I can't thank you guys enough, man.
Nah,
And
thanks for having
we
us.
appreciate
yeah,
it.
keep,
And when y'all getting ready to put that music out, run one of them new singles through Nebula Distro.
there you go.
yeah.
We're gonna show it
Let's
that
have
extra.
that.
We're gonna show it that extra love.
hey, Nebula
You got a
Distro.
record out right now.
Yeah, it's
Killing
doing,
them.
it's doing really well.
Let's go.
The Lord is
Nah,
Lord-
you killing them.
the Lord's
it's out
moving.
there.
Yeah.
it's
like,
moving.
I wanted to mention this because you know what I'm saying, like at the end of the day, me and Dre, man, we all spiritual brothers. You
Yes,
know what I'm
sir.
saying,
Right.
and we definitely believe that God is the reason we're even still here. You know what I'm saying,
100%.
and we believe wholeheartedly, like in just have patience in His plan for your life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying,
Talk.
and I'll never forget, man, when we was in our journey early on. Everything, I felt like everything in life, there's a purpose for it. Like this interview is a purpose for it. You know what I'm saying? When me and Dre was doing, I'll never forget, when we was doing the R&B thing, we was doing performance, and we would perform in like different places, and our manager at the time, he had us perform at this hospital,
Yeah.
right? And I never this always stayed with us because of what happened after. So we performing, we were in the cancer ward, and we're performing for all terminally ill kids. And I remember there's this girl in the front, she was just smiling and just like, we was dancing, singing for the kids, and we taking pictures and, you know what I'm saying, signing little autographs, and left it at that. A couple of days later, our manager calls us. He's like, hey, man, you wouldn't believe what happened to the girl that was sitting in the front. Her mom called me. She wanted the pictures and the video that we shot because the day after, she said she hadn't seen her daughter smile in years. And it's the first time she's seen her smile in years was when we performed for her.
Yeah.
And she passed away.
Wow.
And me and Dre, we were at
Like
Taco.
the next
we were,
day she passed
Yeah,
away.
like the next day she passed away. And me and Dre, we ain't had that bag like that, so we was always, Taco Bell was the cheapest thing to eat. So we would pull up at Taco Bell, grab our food after we left my mom's garage, and we would park at the Taco Bell and just talk and then just eat. And I never forget, I said, yo, Dre, what if the sole purpose of the group that God put together, the sole purpose was to make this girl smile one last time.
Yep.
And that's the end of the group. And what if me and you are meant to be big producers?
Wow.
And Dre was like, nah, we about to be the biggest R&B singers in the game.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't know. And it just so happened that, look at us now. You know what I'm saying? And this is like, we had nothing. This is like,
Nothing.
we just bought our keyboard. I said, what if God, the whole plan was for the group to get together to make this girl smile one last time before she went to heaven for her
To
mom.
bring us together to
and
make
bring us
music.
together to make music. Wow. And it was like, that stuck with me because I felt like, God has definitely had his hand in our career from our whole career. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we've always been like, yo, when it's God's time, it's God's time.
Yep.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Just leave it in his hands. And we just here, man. We just honored to be here with y'all brothers. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And because at the end of the day, we go like
Man.
when I seen when he hit me, he's like, yo, we in Miami. I said, man, you still got the same number?
Same. Same.
I said, that's how you know you're dealing with some
Yeah.
good brothers. You know
Yes,
what I'm
sir.
saying?
Yes, sir.
Like, My man got the same number. I was like, of course, it'd be an honor, man, because at the end of the day, y'all can't leave Miami without having Cool and Dre on.
Come on, man.
no.
It wasn't gonna
Come
happen.
on, man.
It
Yeah.
wasn't gonna happen.
So it's an honor to be here with y'all, man.
Yep, we
It's love.
appreciate y'all. It's love.
Listen, man, my name is Tank.
I'm J Valentine.
This is the R&B Money Podcast, the authority
Yes, sir.
on all things R&B.
Fucking right.
And these have been my blowing money fast brothers. A lot of cars, a lot of money spent, but we still here. Make some noise. Cool
Yes, sir.
Dre.
Yes, sir.